So basically, what we're gonna do here, what we're gonna do is we have a topic, which is the Eden Savage raids. I've actually got a tier list pulled up. I'm gonna be filling it out as we talk about the raids. We're gonna talk about them and vibe with the chat for a little bit.
All right.
But
Sounds good.
When you get tired, I know you pulled them big hours. If you get tired, just let me know. You can scoot out, whatever.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna have to work out right after this, so I'm chilling.
Yo, nice. I need to get back to the gym. I haven't gone in like 2 weeks. I've been really bad about it.
Hey, the pandemic's a number on everybody. Don't feel bad.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. Is that Deluxe? You're looking at him. Also,
hello.
Also, we'll be talking to the chat too. So, feel free to pull it up and respond to him or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say to Neth, I'm not bankrupt.
Confirmed. All right, cool. Let me pull this bad boy up. Wait, is my music? I gotta start a new playlist. Perfect timing.
Oh man. I hope my opinions aren't too controversial.
Oh, do you have controversial opinions? You've done all of Eden Savage, right?
I have.
You've done it all
this tier.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Let me pull up my tier list. Okay. Here, I'll make it a little bigger. All right, how do you want to handle this? You want to go in order?
Yeah, and if something's like really hard to rank, I guess we
can come back to
it. Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay, so we'll start it off. We'll go nice and easy with Eden Prime. What do you think of Eden Prime? What are your initial thoughts?
So, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what like my first run through experience was.
Oh.
Or like my initial experience.
Yeah.
I guess progging the fight, it wasn't awful. It was exciting. That was like literally my first Savage ever. So.
Oh, you know what? Me too.
we're gate babies.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm a Shadow baby, dude.
Oh yeah, you said you started. I just came back for Shadowbringers. Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Okay. So, real quick, my story with Eden Prime. It took us a month to clear it because I was in a static of 7 brand new raiders and 1 sort of veteran.
Oh sheesh. Okay.
We were all babies. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time with old Eden Prime. I think I still have the video somewhere hidden in the archives of me just absolutely popping off when I cleared E1S. Just losing my shit.
Dude, that needs to come up at some point.
I can see if I can find it. What do you think about the fight looking back, though?
So I'm thinking of my specific situation surrounding Eden's Gate. I was in a group with my raid leader was a WoW vet. And yeah, they were really interesting, mainly because they were really intent on progging the raid blind, the entire tier blind. So we did 1, 2, 3, and 4 completely blind. Like just figured out the mechanics for ourselves. And 1 was cool. So I have the unique perspective of thinking that almost every fight in Gate was just amazing because I had to figure it all out myself.
Yo, that's actually kind of dope.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, but it was tough. So like out of the tier, I wouldn't say Eden, like the first one was my favorite, but I don't know about a grade.
Oh, it seems that I've found the video.
On God?
On God. All right, let me see if I can put this on the screen real quick. Let me turn off my city pop. Also, there's another thing we do. This will come up a few times during the maintenance show, Lux. So you look in the chat and you see Paradox Jones has a great question. How long is the maintenance for? And of course, everybody knows maintenance ends when you go over to the follow button and you click it. Actually lets you back in the game. So make sure you follow the channel. Okay, let's oh wait, that's way too big. Let's do this. That's usually how, if anyone asks, that's how you get back in the game.
For sure. For sure.
Okay, I think. Yeah, you should be able to hear it. Okay, chat should
blow everything.
Dang. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm already following, but I gifted someone a sub, and I think that should work.
Hey, yo,
like,
thanks for the. Okay, yeah, you got it.
all right, cool. I got my ticket back in. Let's get
yeah. Okay, all right.
Come on.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my god, that was as close as it Oh my god.
Good job, guys. Dude, we lost our shit. It was, it's actually a wholesome moment, though. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's hype, like, because we're both like gate babies, so like,
yeah,
that's your first Savage experience.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, everything is hype.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So what do you think of the fight? Also, Hysteria, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Also, no problem, Buttery. I got you, dude.
Enjoy your emotes, Buttery.
Sheesh. If I so what is D? Like, what is D as a grade? Like what are we thinking? Like, that's the worst fight ever? Like it's awful?
So
we hated it?
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but you remember E7S?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's where D is. Yeah.
Okay, E7 is D. All right.
Yeah.
You want to just put that there now? So we have a good point of reference?
Yeah, we can talk about it later, but yeah. I think we all know why.
All right. So I didn't particularly care for Gate. It had a lot of things going on, mainly the orbs. I don't think anyone liked the orbs and just the way that they worked. You had to lose uptime. Well, I mean, you didn't have to based on your comp, but I didn't care for it. So I'd probably give it a C. It's right above 7 for me.
You're thinking C. You know what? I'd have to agree with you. And if this is a collaborative tier list we're working on, then that's definitely a C. Definitely goes right there. Sure. Not at the bottom, but not quite in the middle of the pack. It's on the lower end. It's not like it's bad. There's just not a lot going on.
Yeah, like it's not amazing. It's not like, oh my gosh, I remember that fight. It was amazing. That's not what comes to mind.
You remember the spinny orbs mechanic? Remember that whole ordeal? It was like more than halfway through the fight, those orbs that spun around, and you had to have people bait the orbs to the outside.
I hated it so much.
Yeah.
Like it was easy to understand, but like it was like, why? One mess up.
Yeah,
and just, like, everyone's dead.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest struggle for my group when we did that fight.
Oh man, I don't blame. That was a mechanic to struggle on, but I mean, it was easy to understand, like going in it blind, but definitely not easy to execute.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What about E2S? I'm very fond of this fight, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Yeah, E2.
Okay, so this is it's hard not to say that it's my favorite fight in all of Eden Savage, but it's definitely my favorite fight in the entire tier. I would personally like put it as an S, but I know that a lot of people don't for it, so
you know what?
Like to be more objective.
Yeah. But this isn't their tier list. This is our tier list, and I am also an E2S enjoyer. I fucking love this fight.
You know, I don't know if you can say that this is why, but you progged the fight on Dragoon, and
no, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? What did
I
you
was
actually
a paladin player in Eden's Gate.
Really?
Yeah, I was a tank. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was a tank. Yeah, dude.
And I mean, it was probably the Dragoon mindset that was already like just baked into you.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what it was. Because I was a Dragoon and I just loved it. I think it's really just the excitement of all the mechanics leading up, there never being any downtime, and then the final mechanic just being so fun. It was like an amalgamation of everything. So actually getting through it cleanly
Yeah,
for the first
dude,
time.
the boys. Oh, the whole fight with the
Yeah.
little boys and the boys that come through. Oh. And then at the end with Quietus, and there's just boys all over the screen. It's so good.
Yeah. Getting through it without getting a damage down is like such a euphoric moment. I just loved everything about it. Progging it and redoing it over again.
Yeah, we ran it recently for Tepus, and we didn't unfortunately get to Quietus. I was on team let's stop DPSing so we could do Quietus, but no one else wanted to.
I think you were the only one on that team. if I know how popular that usually is with people.
No, it's cool. I also really like the time mechanic. I'm sure we'll circle back to time mechanics when we talk about phase 2 of 12S when we get all the way there. But I did like the time mechanic. I felt like they could have done more with it at the time. And especially looking back, they could have done more with it. But I still really enjoyed the time mechanic. I thought it was neat.
Same. I didn't have a problem with any of the fight. I enjoyed it all. The whole process. Even progging it blind, it was fun.
Yeah. You know what? I think we slot this bad boy. It could be an S contender, but let's throw it A just for now, just so we can get our bases here.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. That's about where it belongs. That one also had a 2 tank. It hit both tanks when it did the tank buster. That was kind of neat.
Oh yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
I like when they do that.
Freaking E1 had 3 of those back to back, but
True.
it just wasn't as likable as 2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the movement was just so satisfying for me in 2. I guess as a melee, I think that might just be melees like this fight. I could see the boys being annoying on caster.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, it might just be a melee thing. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. One day you'll be good at this game. Oh, it's okay, Buttery. One day you'll find your way. You'll stumble your way through and realize it's not that hard.
Yeah, Butter is great. He has the potential.
I believe it.
I believe in him.
I'd buy into that. I buy into Buttery. I buy butter every week.
Heck yeah, solid. Solid structurally. Okay, I'm gonna go into a nutrition thing about butter. Let's not.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Solid, stable, great for cooking, tastes good, gives some nice flavor to meat, and to carb sources. It's an all around just great item.
Absolutely.
And he's buttery.
I think if butter was on this tier list, it would be S tier.
Precisely. Honestly, he might just go a tier above that. We don't know.
Also, T-Newt, thank you for the follow, dude. Appreciate that. All right, I think we can close the E2S chapter and move along to E3S. We may have polarizing opinions here, but let me hear you. Let me hear you first. I think the people want to hear what you got to say first.
Okay. So
Leviathan.
Okay, so this is another fight that I progged blind. So I mean, I said I did all 4. Well, not all of E4S, but 3 was entirely blind as well. And so this is another personal thing. I liked it because it was the first fight that I was able to call out in the group. So like I had to learn the fight in and out, and it was fun because of that. But mechanics being Tsunami 2, doing that blind was probably one of the worst raiding experiences of my life. Like I hated that entire process. So yeah, just doing that alone is enough to make me like lower my grade on it. But everything else was fun. I liked the way it looked. I mean, big enemies with no hitboxes, no positionals is always nice on a Dragoon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely turn your brain off.
But outside of that, yeah.
I could see that. What were the 2 mechanics? It was Tsunami 2 and Black Smokers?
Yeah, Black Smokers.
That was the other one that gave people trouble. I remember day 1 of Eden's Gate, people struggling so hard on Black Smokers.
Yeah, people just couldn't figure it out. Like,
well,
imagine doing it blind.
Yeah, no, not for me, dude. I personally don't like doing it unblind. I tanked this fight, and I don't know about other tanks, but at least me and my co-tank agreed This was probably like the most boring fight to tank. You did nothing in this fight.
Oh yeah, from a tank's perspective, I didn't even consider it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just like kind of chill out and take tank busters occasionally, and then
Yeah.
you get, I think, a meteor, and that's it.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
a
yeah.
flare.
One of you could get a flare. It's a 50-50 on whether or not you get a flare, and in that scenario, you just run to the back. And then the only other variation is I think it's a 50-50 in Tsunami 2 with the second knockback. Or is it a...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the second knockback, and then the other one
You're gonna
has to
get the
be far
explodey
away.
thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But other than that,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no variation for tanks in this fight.
Yeah, that's. I wouldn't say it's as bad as E7, but
I wouldn't say it's as bad as E7 either. I think the music's better, and like the boss is cooler than 7.
yeah, definitely.
The laser beams are cool. The laser beam tank busters. And looking back on it, when you do that, what's that one mechanic where you like walk as a group? The one where one of the tanks has to run on the back. That one's kind of fun. I don't know. I like that.
You're talking about Stormy Horizon?
Yeah, that one. Oh, that was kind of
there was a lot
fun.
going on. Pretty light shows, and then you had the Akhmorns, or the Akhmorn like stack, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was fun to prog blind. It was cool. I didn't dislike it.
I actively disliked it. I think I've grown softer on it recently. In recent days, I'm a lot more kind to E3S. But in the day, because you got to keep in mind we were also still noobs.
Yeah.
And the rest of my groups were noobs, and I think I was just improving a little faster than a good chunk of the group. So I was kind of bored while they were figuring things out. I think that's what it came down to.
Hmm.
That being
Yeah,
said, it's
that's-
not as bad as 7S, so. Is it better than
are we gonna make
1?
it? It's like, it's tough because I want to say it was a more enjoyable experience, but at the same time, I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of feel indifferent about both of them. Like
Yeah.
it's not like, oh yeah, like the only thing I liked about it was being the call out person. That was really fun, but that doesn't have anything to do with the fight. That's just me.
I mean, your personal experience with the fight is what fuels the conversation here, the tier list. We don't have to be objective. That's lame.
True.
We're here to be very subjective.
All right. Well, I guess I'd say it's like C plus, like so basically a B.
So okay, so we'll put it at the top of C, above E1.
Okay, I'm
The
fine
right
with that
there.
assessment.
Because I don't feel, if I put this in B, if I even, like I'm hovering B right now, if I let go, like I might implode out of like pure anger. So we're gonna put that in
If
C.
it's in B, it's like you don't deserve this spot.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
are you doing here?
Let's see. You've done the normal raids, Resings? The Savage content maybe one day? Yeah, dude. Hey, you've got like 6 months, what is it? 4 months till Endwalker, and like you could jump in with Echo on and all that. It's not too bad. Or you could just do it when Endwalker comes out. I just jumped into it. I had no idea what I was getting into. I was such a noob, but it was really fun.
Same, dude. Did you also start Gate not knowing what a rotation was?
Dude, yeah. The first time
Okay.
my static gathered, which by the way, I created the static. Yes.
What a god.
I created the static as a brand new baby. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I was having fun. And you know, that's all that really matters. Yo, thanks for the follow, Black Star. Yeah, so I started this group, and fun fact, 3 players, me, my Astro, and the Gunbreaker. We've been in the same group the entirety of Shadowbringers. We've cleared 2 ultimates together. We're gonna clear the 3rd one with each other. It's gonna be a very emotional moment.
That's so touching.
Yeah.
My poor little heart.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited to clear with them. I'm gonna make like a sappy Twitter post and everything. Guys, thank you for the follows. I appreciate that.
Oh, that is exciting. Holy heck. Just to progress from that's literally a starter from the bottom, now we're here story.
Dude, yeah. Dude, I had no idea I was getting to. Luckily, one person that responded to the recruitment post joined our group and like helped me learn. And they only did it because they were dating another person who was in the group. That's why they joined, because they were a package deal. And I didn't know better. So I was like, yeah, package deal. That sounds great. Looking back, maybe not so much, but at the time I was like, fuck yeah, dude, 2 for 1. I don't have to recruit so many people.
Oh lord, yeah, no, never the 2 for 1s. At least, yeah, in my experience, they're either both bad or one is bad and the other is like
good. Yes.
Exceptional.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, why does she have to play? Why does he have to play with this?
Yeah. I went in. Actually, like 6 out of 8 of us went in with unmelded gear. We didn't have melds. We were so. I think we did like 3 raid sessions, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, you guys aren't melded." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't need that."
It's like it's just 60 plus on like one of your stats. Like that's worthless.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what stats are. I'm a noob. I'm just gonna hit the boss and it'll die. Hey, to be fair, that's how every other thing works in the game until you get to like EX and Savage. Honestly, you can skate by in EX. You get carried real easily in EX.
And I mean, to be honest, as long as you have the gear, you really don't even need the melds. Like the only melds you need are skill speed melds.
Yeah.
Like determination, crit, that's a choice.
Yeah, Muffin, so the way the raids are broken down, there's normal modes of like regular raids, and that's 8 players. Same with Savage versions of those raids, that's 8 players. And then there's also another set of raids, like a whole different thing called Alliance raids, and it's 24 players. It's 3 groups of 8. And it's like more wide scale, very grandiose in the presentation, usually not very mechanically intensive, but occasionally you'll get a fight in there that'll wipe some people. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're like less intense versions of the Savage, but like definitely still do them.
Yeah,
they are an experience, and they help you get into it.
Yeah, they're fun. I enjoy those raids. Okay, so we'll move on real quick and talk about. One second. Let me real quick. Let me pull up a song. Okay, let's real quick talk about Titan. Because I think we need to discuss this fight.
Okay.
I'll go first and just say that this is my favorite fight in the game.
Okay.
What do you think about Titan? What do you do? What
Okay, so
tell me all about it.
I never got to experience the fight properly.
Okay.
And E4 is my raid horror story. The great group that I had, where we were progging all the fights blind.
Yeah.
2 members had to go. In the middle of E4 prog. I want to say we got halfway through first phase. It wasn't even that long. We didn't even get to prog the fight that much. And 2 members had to leave. Then I think a 3rd member left, and we kept having to sub. And then my raid leader quit the game. So we had gotten subs, and like we had a group, but then I had to swap to tank, and that was how that's actually the story of how I started playing warrior. I had to replace my raid leader because my raid leader was our tank. So that it was just a big horror story. It was just not great.
That's so tragic. You know, Tired's in the chat, it has it right. Titan is so good. That's so tragic though. So did you ended up getting your clear? Like what happened?
I got it I think I got it way later into the tier. We ended up kind of just giving up. I never got BIS on Dragoon. I didn't get to have the happy ending that I thought that I was gonna have. It was rough.
No.
So, but I don't let that kind of get in the face of it, because I did get to experience it the following tier. I didn't get to see every mechanic, so it wasn't like the, I guess, quote unquote real experience. But you know, I definitely would agree. I would give it a high ranking. I really think it's a great fight. from start to finish.
Give me 1 second.
Even despite my horror story.
There's the times for maintenance. It looks like it's not 3 hours. It looks like it's 9 hours. So
I'm about to say it's really
yeah,
long.
yeah, it's really long. Unfortunately, tonight. Unless you follow the channel, then if you follow the channel, Pika Girl, then servers will come up. You can play just like we're doing right now.
Yeah, I gifted a sub and I'm in right now. I'm walking around Limsa.
Yeah, he's playing.
It's empty. It's crazy.
Okay, so no, there's no DC travel. A lot of people thought it was this patch. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's coming later, which I was actually really disappointed to hear today because I was also under the assumption that DC travel was today.
Oh, really? I didn't even know. I haven't been paying attention to the patch notes at all.
Yeah, it's not yet. So to go straight against what your story about E4S. I had probably the best experience ever. I was like really hitting my stride on like improving, like becoming a student of the game. Like I was really enjoying learning how to get good in Final Fantasy XIV while we were progging this fight. And I was like going as far as to like, this is the first time I ever jumped into Party Finder between our static raid days just to practice. Because I just enjoyed that fight that much.
That was intent. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then when we finally cleared, our group, you know, we were running very far behind. Like the inner, you know how they come out on, what do they come out on, even patches? Or yeah, they come out on even patches, right? And then on odd patches, they like have a catch-up mechanic with like the coins and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Well, the odd patch had come out, so we were really late. Like we weren't even close to like, it was probably like the 4th month or something that it was out. So we were like, okay, anyone who wants can roll in the weapon coffer. It's just free for all. So I got the mount and the weapon.
Holy, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got the mount and the weapon on our first clear. I kind of felt bad, but you know, looking back, how my group handles it now, if you get the mount or the weapon, you don't get to roll on the other one on like week 1 or in the early weeks. But back then, we had no idea what we were doing. We were noobs, and I won them both. So that was that was huge.
In pure contrast to my experience. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm happy for you. That's great. Like I'm glad you were able to do that, because who knows? Maybe you wouldn't be still playing the game if you had a horror story like me.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you're such a trooper for sticking it out.
I met some amazing people that are with me right now, so I'm still here because of them.
Midnight Maintenance ends when
blessed
you
me.
follow the channel. Fun fact. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah,
Oh, you're chilling. Maintenance does end when you follow the channel.
yeah, that's when it ends. So Titan, I mean, I mean it's like my favorite.
Yeah, it's an easy yes.
I
It's
think
not even a question.
yeah, okay, all right, good. Dude, the first I think it's the first quarter of the fight, the first 30% or so. Just that first phase is so like fast. It's so well paced. It just feels good. Then you get to the different markers above the heads that you gotta learn, and then they do elevation, and it's like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, and then you mix it all together in like the final phase. and it's
Yeah.
just, oh my goodness. They just throw everything at you.
You thought phase 1 was? What did you play as, Tank Ray? I'm curious to hear what job you played. The last two were cool. Oh, that's crazy. I liked the whole fight. I thought it was great front to back. Dragoon? Oh man, I love that fight on Dragoon.
Yeah, actually, I really enjoyed it on Dragoon. Interesting.
Hey, everyone's different. I will say
Definitely.
the last phase was a little bit. It wasn't lame because it was a new mechanic, the spinnies. You know, you had to like go in circles and then like the one person
yeah,
stay out of the stack and all that. It was like kind of neat, but it just repeated twice. So
Yeah,
it wasn't.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't crazy.
I didn't care for it.
Floor tank. I feel like we've got a lot of floor tanks here. Lux and I are both Dragoon players. Dragoon / warrior players.
Yeah, that's an insane coincidence, and we're both floor tanks. That's great.
Yeah, we're both really good at floor tanking. We're both double legends, right?
Soon to be double legend.
Soon to be double legend. You've got
Um,
T, right?
yeah, T,
and
and
you're about
we
to do
just
UCOB.
hit the latter part of ads today in UCOB.
Oh, let's go, dude! You're so close. I know,
Almost done.
dude. Your group and another friend of mine, are both like nearing the end of UCOB. I'm so stoked. I feel like everyone's cleared UCOB right now. Everyone just decided to do UCOB after last year.
Yeah, and a few people are progging it. It's just everybody's doing it. It's the business right now.
Yeah. I can't wait to start T. We're starting T this week. I'm so
dude.
stoked.
That's hype. I'm jumping right into Uwu after UCOB. It's gonna be exciting. T is great. I'm excited to see you prog it.
Oh, I'm stoked. I've actually progged halfway through T on Warrior. Well, not halfway.
Oh,
I've
wow.
progged all the way up through BJCC. 'Cause I wasn't all the way to Inception, like, but like it was like we did the lineup, and then we wiped, and I think that was the last time we raided with that group. But I've seen most of all that on Warrior. It's gonna be a lot different on Dragoon. They have a way different job as DPS during that phase. During both phases, really.
The Nisis alone are enough to like just completely change the landscape. I'm not looking forward to that. I didn't have to deal with that on tank.
Yeah. I was like, man, this phase is easy. I don't know why everyone is complaining, but I wasn't doing decent passes. I was just hoping that I didn't get killed in 3 auto attacks.
Oh, dude, yeah. Mitigation was like you had to have that down to a science, or else you were dead.
Yeah. Oh, so you like them more dancey? Okay, Tank. What's your favorite fight of all of the Eden raids? Which one was your favorite? I'm curious to hear. What tea should one drink while tea is taking place? Herbal tea. I'm a big fan of herbal tea. I also like ginger tea.
What's your TT?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to point that out. I was like, that's great.
I would go like you liked phase 2 of 12. I really like that one thematically. We'll get there. All right, I think we've got a bow on Titan. You ready to move on to Eden's verse?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Let's talk a little bit. Oh, that timed perfectly with the music. The Titan music just stopped. Let me go back. Actually, you know what? Let's just play the music that corresponds with the fight that we're talking about.
That's genius.
Yeah,
That is genius.
I'm a thinker. I am a thinker. Mama didn't raise no fool. Okay. Ooh, everyone's favorite. E5S. How am I playing the game when it's down? Well, Taps, all you have to do is follow the channel, and it actually lets you back in. It's kind of like the Black Chocobo thing, but it lets you back in during maintenance. All you gotta do is follow the channel. It's super simple. Okay, E5S Ramu. What do you think? What do you think of Ramu, Lux?
God, I hated this fight so much. I hated it so much. Everything about it, I hated. Everything. Re-clearing, progging, I hated all of it. That's just personal. I would put it at like below D, honestly. That's how much I hate it.
Oh my god.
I really don't have a positive thing to say about this fight. I really don't.
This fight, I have one positive thing to say, but it comes from the sweaty nerd in me. And it was probably too punishing for a first fight, but I liked that it was punishing. That being said, it was way too punishing for a first fight. If this was like the second fight of the tier and they added a few more things to make it more interesting, less like repeaty, because it repeated a lot, I think it could have been way cooler. That being said, yeah, there wasn't a lot going on with this fight. I don't know. I didn't love it.
Yeah, I feel nothing. I feel absolutely nothing. Worst fight. I hated finishing the tier and then doing re-clears and then taking like 2 hours to clear E5 only to one-shot everything after it.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Yeah, it was kind of brain dead, and then if one person fucked up like the knockback, you would just have to restart. It was so annoying.
Yeah, there was no recovery.
What orb strat did you use? What was your favorite orb strat?
Orb strats.
Yeah, the triangle strat or the circle strat. Those were the two popular ones.
Oh, I think my favorite was circle.
Yeah, circle was better.
Circle was. I felt like it was objectively better.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was just like intercards don't move. Casters could still cast. Healers could still DPS, and then just tanks and DPS move between them. It was like.
It was
this
really
is a no-brainer.
It was the best for casters. Casters just didn't have to move because
Yeah.
melee
you
and
could
tanks
chill.
could move the orbs for them. Casters and healers they could just chill.
Yeah,
I like to call
never
the
understood.
circle strat the kumbaya strat.
Kumbaya.
I felt like I was sitting around a campfire with my buddies.
just passing the torch. Except it's a lightning that will kill us all if we mess up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, when someone was just like a little, just like barely closer, and then the lightning went back to them, and then it just jumped to everyone in the party, and everyone died. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just. I think that's the one fight where like you've wiped to every mechanic, and nobody can say that they didn't wipe to every mechanic at least once.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like there's not an easy mechanic. You know, if you take one lightly, it's just death. That's why I hate
they
it.
are very punishing. And they're punishing in the sense that like one person will mess it up and it'll still wipe you all. Or it'll at least
Exactly.
have a rippling effect for a few people.
Yeah, it's like you could argue that it's a good introduction into Savage because it's really punishing. So then every other fight seems, I guess, easy in comparison. But
Yeah.
the hardest fight should be at the end.
Yeah, and and you know how it is with the first fight. You usually, if you love doing Savage like I do, like helping people get into Savage, and when I was helping people get into Savage, Ramu was a little bit mean to them. At least he would just wipe the party. They'd be down on morale, and you're like, "No, man, it's fine. You're good. Get back in there, sport."
Yeah, don't teach people. Just skip to E6. Oh wait,
Yeah.
E6 is.
Skip to E6. Hey, I'm down to skip to
Yeah.
E6. Are we saying C or D for Ramu?
Sheesh.
Is it too
I mean-
punishing to the point of where it's bad? I mean, I don't think the fight's necessarily interesting. The orbs are kind of cool, but they could have done so much more with orbs.
Yeah, I think there was a better way to handle everything in the fight, but like the concepts were okay. I guess we could put it in C, like at the bottom of C.
Bottom C.
Like,
I'm cool with that. I'm cool.
'Cause I don't want to say D because like E7 is just
Yeah.
it was just nothing.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yo, thank you for the follow, City Bomb. Appreciate you. Okay,
Oh,
let's
hey,
let's
they
talk.
just got back their rights to get back into the game. Let's go.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Have fun playing the game. Okay, E6S. Now I'll start with E6S. So full disclosure, between E4S and Eden's Verse, I actually took a month break from the game. In my
Really?
static at the time, it's weird how it was like kind of the same static, but it wasn't. I left my good friend in charge. I was like, you know what? I don't have the energy to lead people right now. I was going through some stuff at the time, but I took a break and I was like, you know what? I want to raid, but I can't right now. So you guys get someone else. So they got someone to start the tier for like the first 2 weeks, but that person ended up flaking out. So I was back in the mix. That's actually how I started Dragoon, because the tank spot was filled up. So I had to come back in, and I was like, all right, I'll learn Dragoon, nice, easy. It's kind of like Paladin. It's got a very static rotation. We'll get it going. And so I actually stepped back in when we were progging E6. I didn't get the like classic prog experience with E5. That's another thing worth noting. But E6 I did prog. I was also learning how to play Dragoon and also learning how to play DPS, if I'm being honest, just in general.
Yeah, that's an experience.
And
six
yeah.
is, I don't know about learning a role on that fight.
What about learning Dragoon specifically on that fight?
Yeah, especially considering the timing with some of the mechanics.
Yes.
Yeah, no, not a fan.
Many a star divers just straight into the danger bacon. Just like sent it right into that danger bacon in the center of the arena.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I was progging the fight as warrior with a Dragoon in my party, and
Yeah.
they had to do so much optimizing
Yes.
in and out of the fight. 'Cause it was
All-
like, good lord.
Yeah. All of your jumps would kill you if the thing was out. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, and then you discover uptime strat, and you're like, oh god, I don't hate this anymore.
Yeah, it did get better with some better strats. I didn't hate the fight. I actually thought it was kind of cool how it was it was kind of a 2-boss fight, but it also wasn't because you could only do one at a time, which is kind of lame.
Yeah.
I think it would have been more interesting if you could have targeted both.
Yeah, you like had to split. I mean, I liked it. I didn't have a negative experience with it. Like it definitely had its annoying parts, but I can't say that I disliked it.
Did you guys struggle with the in-range at all? Because I remember some
Yeah.
groups struggled with the in-range on this fight.
Yep, it was really quick, and you could mess up. And I'm just picturing the 0.1% in rage that I had on that fight. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
But-
Like some groups had issues with enrage. When I got in, my group, it was like week 2 or 3, and they had some gear. I don't think I ever had an enrage issue, but we had a bit more gear when we cleared it at the time. Also, welcome to the stream, Bochi. Is it Bochi or Bocce?
It looks like bocce, to be honest,
Bocce?
because of the lack of the other O.
Have you ever
But-
played the game Bocce? You ever played Bocce Ball?
I don't think I have.
You you ever heard of it?
I don't think I have. It sounds familiar, but
Here,
Bocce
it's
Ball?
I'll pull it up on screen. It's like a Italian game. It's a white people thing. But it's like it's essentially what's that? It's essentially curling, but it's balls. Yeah, it's like curling, but you throw balls. It's
curling.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Like here's a picture from the internet of people. Look, oh, she's freaking out because her ball is closest to that ball or whatever. It's like you have balls that are close to the little ball. It's a whole thing.
What in the world?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
People say it both ways. You got it, dude. You got it. So if
Bocce or Bucci. Okay.
Ifrit Garuda, what was that one had a lot of like split mechanics where it would like split into 2 groups of 4 or 4 groups of 2, right? Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah. You had your partner, and then you had your group for like pretty much every mechanic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. 6 is one of my one of the ones I forgot the most. Not because I like super hated it or anything. Looking back, it wasn't that bad. I just didn't stand out to me.
Yeah, like I don't particularly remember it. It was just I think
Yeah,
the only
so-
mechanic
yeah.
I remember is it's not like it wasn't bad, but I don't like really remember it. Oh, also Farbro, the maintenance aren't usually this long, but if you follow twitch.tv/Leonardy, then you can get right back into the game.
Absolutely. See, you learning. You got this down.
What can I say?
It was actually the first time I ever did the maintenance show. I didn't have the little thing that says the maintenance show at the top. I also have another thing. Let's see. This thing that says caution maintenance show in progress. And I swear, the first time I did the maintenance show, people would just come in and be like, "How are you still playing?" like every 2 minutes. It's because I followed the channel, of course.
I follow my own channel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy, Bochi. Started a week ago, and you're level 50? And you got 2 50s in a week? Dang, you're gaming.
What the heck? Got that road to 70 buff going on?
Wow.
That's what it sounds like. That's wild. That's cool that you're enjoying yourself, though. That's awesome to hear.
1000%. The game is super fun. Yeah, Capo is currently progging in 14 right now. So where are we gonna let 6 land? I'm trying to think about the mechanics specifically in 6S to have a more
Yeah.
in-depth discussion about it. but I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember much of them.
I just remember the one where like he targets one person with a bunch of tethers, and then they kind of branch off, and you have to grab them with other people.
Oh yeah,
And then Ifrit like jumps out and punches people. I thought that was kind of cool. Like the tech you could do with that, like you could invuln it and like survive the mechanic. That was fun. So
And when you
I
mess
don't
up,
think I had a problem.
when you mess up that stuff and you just get fucking yeeted into the sky, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was funny as heck. And, I'm thinking you could have some clutch plays on that with the way that mechanic worked. Like it was punishing if you messed it up, but like you could recover with skillful play. So I'd actually say I liked the fight. I don't think I disliked it. I liked progging it. I won't say I enjoy reprogging or not reprogging, reclears. Yeah. But I'd say the experience progging it wasn't bad.
No, that, you know what? That's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. I think, I don't know. We could drop this B or C. I could go either way.
The first B?
I think. Is it good enough for B?
I don't think I dislike it as much as
the other
like,
3 in C. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Like, does it deserve to be in the same grade as them?
No.
I feel like it's better.
You know what? I gotta agree with you. I think we drop this bad boy in B.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Alright.
You skip cutscenes? That's okay. I did that the first time I played the game. Bochi. I cutscene skipped because I was trying to catch up for the expansion launch, but I only had like a month at the time. I knew I had to rush, and really, in hindsight, that wasn't really the smartest thing because I've gone back and watched it and really enjoyed the story. I still haven't watched Stormblood. That was actually what I was gonna do tonight, and then I realized there was maintenance. I was gonna start Stormblood New Game Plus, but hey, what can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muffin, I'm kind of the same way. When I played Shadowbringers, I watched only the voiced ones, but recently I've been reading unvoiced ones and I've been getting into it. But it's, yeah. If you just watch the voice cutscenes, you'll get the same. You'll get the gist of the story. Like you'll miss some small things, but you're not really gonna miss anything if you just watch voice cutscenes. At least in my experience.
Yeah, you don't lose much. Like, I remember some things from only watching really voiced cutscenes, and even when I was watching them, ARR, I did all those things so long ago that I don't remember any of them. So it's like I skipped all the cutscenes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, let me pull up a little bit of music for. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, does this have them separated? Why does this tier list have these separate?
Oh, yeah,
it has the
what?
Ifrit, and it has the Garuda, and it has the Rock de Pasta. That's so weird. Well, we're just gonna.
Okay.
We're just gonna put these down here.
I thought Ifrit was cooler than Garuda, to be honest.
That's fair, but I don't think we should rate these separate because they're not pronounced enough phases to be rated separate. I don't think. Personally. Because like I'm not gonna feel like that just Garuda phase, that like 1 minute that you're in Garuda phase doesn't compare to anything.
Yeah, like literally right at the beginning of the fight, and then it's Ifrit, and then it's both of them, and then it's
Rock de Pasta. Watermelon? It's kind of
Red and
watermelon. Yeah, that's fair. Got the color scheme. Okay, let me pull up 7S music. Oh yeah, it's just that one song they used like 4 times.
I think that was how it went.
Yep, that's how. Yep, you got it.
I think.
Okay.
I didn't spend too much time in this fight.
E7S sucks a lot.
Yeah, it's not great.
Probably I would say the only redeeming factor is ads phase. Ads phase was a little bit interesting. Got a little dynamo chariot action. You gotta like rotate them. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and like all the stuff people came up with, like I think it was like bombarding one, and then just bombarding the other.
Yeah.
People tried to do so many things to make that fight fun. Like holy heck.
Yeah,
He's like,
was
we're
kinda
desperate.
boring.
Please give us content.
And
Square, please.
What did you think of the teleport mechanic?
Sheesh. I mean, so I like just doing what I can to make something out of whatever. So, I mean, it was cool getting my GCD and rotation right so that I could get the last GCD and still do it correctly, or just hope that I got lucky so I wouldn't even have to care.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair.
Didn't feel much
Bocce,
about it.
there's nothing wrong with being overleveled for MSQ in my opinion. Anything that is instance in the MSQ, if you're overleveled, it'll sink you down. But to be honest, they're not really trying to challenge you at the MSQ. Like even if you're of level or under level, it's not really going to be that hard unless you're dramatically underleveled.
Yeah, or like you just don't upgrade your gear like some people.
Yeah. That's
Still wearing 60 stuff, even though you're on your level 70 job quest. Yeah, no, that wasn't me. I didn't do that.
That wasn't me last week either. It couldn't have been me playing Bard. No
way.
shot.
I believe you. I believe you, dude.
Yeah.
Totally. Wasn't me either.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So this fight sucks. The teleports, I was playing on controller. At first it was really weird, but I got it down. Yeah, it was a target dummy. I think I got a pink parse on this fight because it was a target dummy. That's about it.
Yeah, I didn't get a pink. I wasn't great. Oh wait, did I have a pink? I don't even remember. I have no idea. My memory of this fight is non-existent.
Is the game out? Yeah, Final Fantasy 14, that came out a while ago. came out a bit ago. I think we're done with 7S, right?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna need a little bit of time to talk about this next fight.
What? Oh god. Oh wow. Man.
What do you think about E8S? What do you think about Shiva? Oh, my duty pops. Let me go and commence it. Why am I not commencing it? Give me a second. Okay, I commenced it. Cool.
Oh my goodness. Sheesh. So E8 was it was fun. It was fun. I really the only downside to it was like light rampant. That was kind of it. Oh, and to answer I'm sorry.
I think it's mush 42.
Mush. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I can't read. I mean, yeah, just maintenance as long as Len posted it, but you can also just follow this channel that you're watching this on.
Yeah, if you
and
follow the
you'll
channel,
regain access.
the servers will go live for you. Yes. Google.com exists? Yeah, usually, but it's fine. Like, it's fine. I'm used to it, Muffin. You get desensitized to it. They follow the channel and then they get back in the game and they're good.
Yeah, no more questions needed.
Yeah. He's fine. He's chilling.
But yeah, E8 was like, it was fine. Like the first couple of mechanics, I thought they were cool. Up to light rampant, that was really annoying, but it wasn't bad. And I liked kind of optimizing around it once you got better and actually understood what was happening.
Yeah.
I think that was really all it was. The fight really, more so than any other fight, required you to understand fundamentally all the mechanics. Like, you had to get them. If you didn't get them, then you likely wouldn't be able to do them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which is cool.
Before we continue going, thank you for the mush. Enjoy having access to the game. When you're able to get back in. Yeah. So light rampant. What strat did you guys use? This is the big point of contention.
Ilia.
Did you change it during reclears?
During reclears, I believe we switched. Well, I mean, I kind of progged with two groups.
Oh.
So it was like the first group I was in. I ended up leaving because we just had some conflicting ideals in terms of what we were doing about like just raiding in general. So I started on that group with Ilya and then switched to Sharingan. I think that's the one we switched to. There's so many.
Yeah.
and
Sharingan
then
was the second most popular, if I remember correctly.
I think it was that one that we did. I want to say, because there was a lot of jokes about that in the group, and then I left, and and then I ended up clearing with a different group on Astro, and we did Ilya in that one.
Oh my! You went Astro?
Yeah. So my first clear was
Wow.
actually Astro.
Look at this guy, multifaceted. Wait, so did you clear in Prague? You progged at least one fight with each role in this expansion?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at you, multifaceted. He does a little bit of everything.
I mean, we don't talk about my numbers on that fight, but hey, I cleared it.
Hey, it died. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's dead. It's over.
Yeah, we progged, cleared. We also re-cleared, with Ilya. I think we re-cleared with Ilya. It wasn't until after our 8 re-clears I started doing Sharingan because, apparently over on Aether and Primal there was an issue with everyone doing Ilya, but on the Promised Land Crystal, we had nothing but Sharingan parties, like as far as the eye could see.
Really?
Yeah. That was actually like huge at the time because I was like blowing a lot of my friends' minds. I was like, yo, look at our party finder. It would literally only be Sharingan on Crystal.
That's so interesting. Like, maybe it's just like the guides people were watching because it's a culture thing. But that is strange. That's not something I was aware of. Wow.
Yeah. My theory on it is it's a little bit of two things. On Crystal, people are generally not as high level. Just is a general statement. It's not like there aren't great players on Crystal. Because I mean, look at me. I'm on Crystal. But
True.
But the thing is, they were later to get to that fight, so I think better developed strategies and guides were out. And the only players that are sticking around to do E8S re-clears and Party Finder are on Crystal. Are like good players. Like there was that fight was kind of brutal for this data center. It was a trip.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm thinking about another friend I had that's on Crystal, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, I'm progging the fights," and I was like, "Oh really? Like on Crystal?" And then they were showing me like their barses, and I'm just like, "Wow, you're doing great." And it's just like, yeah. So I think it's just a matter of like you said, the being later, those being the better strats, and whoever is still progging are like the best. They're the top of the top.
Yeah, they're
in Crystal.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least still re-clearing, because I don't know if you remember last summer, but there was nothing to do except for E8S. That was during the huge drought.
Oh wait, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there was
what was I doing then?
It was a really big drought with this game. It was like all last summer.
All last summer. I'm like, did something come out last summer? Where I like didn't really feel it.
Well, there wasn't a lot going on with 14, so. Because that was when COVID delays happened, and yeah, so that's when at first the cycle got off with the scheduling.
Yeah, now I remember. Okay, now everything's flooding back in. I was still like kind of baby, so I had a lot of content left over. I was
well, there you go.
I was cooling.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I don't quite remember it, but yeah, okay. There was nothing much else to do. I get it.
Yeah.
I get you.
We both did this fight on Melee, which I think will sway our opinions. But what did you think of past Light Rampant? What did you think of ads phase? What did you think of like what was the one in the second phase that wasn't Light Rampant? Icelet.
Ice the Dragon song.
Yeah. What do you think of? What did you think of all those?
So like, I don't remember Icelet too much on Astro. I found it more annoying because it was just like, okay, so do I Asuna them or not? Like, first I have to Asuna people, and now I'm not supposed to do that. So that was annoying. But doing it on tank was a lot more fun. But yeah, I generally say it was cool. Ads phase was cool. It was just a lot of healing that was tough. But everything else I didn't really have a problem with. I thought it was cool. It was exciting.
Yeah, you had to like come up with your own little strategy per side, and then whichever side didn't let any balls in, you would be the far superior side. You know, and you get to talk shit on the other side because they let one of the balls in the center, and they didn't let you get the damage buff. That whole shindig.
Yeah, that was fun in its own way.
Yeah, dude, I'm on red team till death, dude. Shoutouts to red team.
Red team. Wait, was red team left or right?
That was right.
Okay, I can't remember what group I was in. I think I was main tank, so I was in left group. Unfortunate. Oh, but on healer I was in right.
I think it was red team. I think I was red. I don't remember the colors now. I got them mixed up. We'll just say red team. Shoutouts to red team.
Shoutouts to red team.
It was either red team or green team. Actually, I think it was green team. Oh well. Regardless, my team was far cooler. Damn, dude. You paid $60 for the game and it hit you with the update? Yeah, there's server maintenance right now. Nobody can play unless you follow this channel. If you hit the follow button, then you'll be able to play. That might help you with your time. I like that Internet Shiz here has contributed with Blue Mage's D tier, which I'd have to agree.
Blue Mage is D tier?
Yeah.
I haven't actually started Blue Mage, so I'm reluctant to agree, but I also won't disagree.
Yeah, I think if I were to rate Blue Mage among the Eden Savage bosses, it would definitely be D tier. I don't.
It didn't even show up. It was a worthless boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Worse than E7. At least E7 was there. Oh god.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Bochi. Okay. So yeah. Icelet was kind of cool. I just liked Icelet because our call out was like, it's time to get lit. You know?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. Other than that, like this fight, I appreciate how hard it was. It was actually very difficult, in my opinion.
I agree.
Especially for a Savage. It was probably the hardest Savage of all of them. This expansion.
I mean, it was potentially the fight. You know, unfortunately due to COVID, that was going to be the fight that was going to lead us into Ultimate. So,
yeah.
So it makes sense, but it's like, yeah, it's really sad to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's your verdict here? What do you think of this fight? It is hard, and I appreciate the difficulty. You know, I bitch about how other fights are easy or too easy, so I got to bring that up. But as a melee player, I was really annoyed with optimizing this fight because you had to basically do strategies that altered the whole team, and they were like very different strategies than the regular go-to strategies.
Yeah, I mean, considering the time and just how to prog it and just having forced downtime on certain mechanics, I definitely wouldn't. I definitely would say it's better than E6, but I'm wondering, like, is it S tier? I'm like, is it S? I wouldn't mind putting it in the A, but I want to question that.
I'm thinking A tier with this one. Top of it? No, I don't enjoy it as much as E2S. Personal enjoyment?
Yeah.
I like E2S more.
E2 is too much fun.
All right.
It was too much fun.
I think we slotted in right here. Right, yeah, right there in A tier. Snug next
Perfect.
to E2, but not above it. What tier would I put Summoner? Summoner's a very good job. And I like the theme of Summoner. Some people get annoyed with the how the pets work, but I'm not a nerd, so I don't know what they're talking about. I just play it for fun.
Ghosting actions. What does that mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at my numbers. Look at Bahamut.
Phoenix phase is fun because you just press 2 buttons and you like heal everyone while you're doing damage. That's kind of neat. You can summon Bahamut. That's just cool.
Yeah, Summoner's pretty lit. I'm trash at it, and like I don't think I should ever play it on stream. I feel like it would really hurt people, like physically, to watch me.
Do you struggle with keeping dots up?
So I used to a lot, but Bard has taught me. Bard has helped me pay attention to that kind of thing.
I started playing Bard, and I'm in the same boat. But when I played Summoner, I couldn't keep the dots up. I think it's because I played Paladin, and then I played Dragoon, and both of them have dots that are just like you always do them at the same time in your rotation.
Yeah, they're intertwined into it, so you don't really have to pay attention. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm on my Chaos Thrust combo, easy.
It's very rare when you have to think about it. For the most part, like when you optimize fights, if it still ticks on the boss when it jumps away, you wanna go ahead and dot the boss. Like it's worth it to do it then. But yeah, it's not something you generally think about. So when I try and play like Summoner or Bard, I'm like such a noob. Like, don't put my dot on the boss.
I feel you on that. I probably would forget too, to be honest. I haven't played it in a long time, except for that one time in a dungeon, and like everybody was mad at me, so I don't do it anymore.
That's toxic.
People were just screaming, "Don't!" Yeah, really toxic. Like my feelings were really hurt, and I'm never playing Summoner again.
Oh, yo, what's up, Tay? Guys, we're currently rating and having a little bit of a discussion on the Eden Savage fights so far, or I guess all of them in Shadowbringer. So far, we've made it through Eden's Gate and Eden's Verse. We're about to get started with Eden's Promise. Isn't that what it's called, or is that the fight's name?
Yeah, Eden's Promise. Yeah, I think Promise is the tier's name.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. I think you're right. We're smart.
Yeah, I have a good memory. My brain is pretty big.
It's very big. Hey, thank you for the follow. Okay, let me pull up E9S music. All right. Let's start with E9S. What do you think of this beautiful lady here, the Cloud of Darkness?
Dang, I was gonna say she's pretty poppin'. She's a nice looking woman. But sheesh.
You know what I always thought was weird about her? Her legs are weirdly long. They're like actually super weird how long they are. Here, I'll show you, chat. Look at this. Why are legs so long? Like, look at the proportions here. I feel like her legs are just, it's like scary. How, like, why are her legs so long?
It's that model stuff, you know?
I love long legs, but like, it's like so disproportionate that it like broke my immersion. It actually bugged me. Okay.
Yeah, she's a model. Exactly, she's a model. She's got that tall thing going on, you know?
Yeah, I guess she got those long legs, but she just floats in the air. So like, what's she do with those legs?
I guess that's for her to know and us to never find out. Sadly.
Sona doesn't mind. I don't blame you. I hear she's really good at handling balls, especially. Speaking of the balls, what do you think of the mechanics in this fight?
Oh my god. Okay, so I have a personally great experience with them because I prog the fight on Paladin.
Oh. Okay.
So like anti-air, wonderful because I had my magic combo up.
Yeah, that's toxic.
And what is it? Wide angle?
Yeah, wide angle.
Wonderful because I had my magic combo up. Downtime? What's that? It didn't exist for me on this fight. Warrior, I hated it though. I hated everything about E9 on Warrior, and I don't want to do it ever again.
It was kind of annoying on Warrior. I agree.
not my jam. But Paladin, it was great. It was great. That was a toxic mess. I have a clip where it's just like, dude, I never have to stop attacking. This is wonderful.
That's awesome.
What did you prog the fight on?
I progged this fight on Dragoon. I progged
Okay.
everything from Verse on Dragoon. Everything
Okay.
past Verse I was on Dragoon. I did play this in Warrior. I helped a baby group on Aether do E9S. It was like casual players. The expectation for the tier wasn't like super high. But I was really happy that we progged and killed 9S. I was really proud of that team for doing that. So that's... I did prog Warrior and I taught this fight extensively. It was definitely a teaching thing. I think this fight's cool. I like haircut as a mechanic, just like eliminating half the arena. I always kind of enjoy that mechanic.
Oh yeah, I'm just thinking. I've actually done this fight recently. It's like, yeah, I don't hate it. It's fun. Like it was cool. Tiles was like exciting.
Yeah, Tiles
albeit
was
annoying.
Tiles a little annoying, but honestly, really unique. I actually super love. I think Tiles carries how fun this fight is, because Tiles is really fun, and I've cleared this fight so many times. I still get nervous on Tiles. Of like at any moment, we could just get the drop through the floor. It could just happen.
Yeah, like if you're doing the fight with people that you've never done the fight with, you don't know their tendencies. Like, 'cause that's what you have to do. You have to learn the fight with people. So it's like, okay, how does this person move so that you don't do it? And then eventually you just get to a point where you're not even communicating while you're doing the mechanic. It's just great.
Yeah. Ben, the servers come back up if you just hit the follow button. They should come back up if you hit the follow button on the channel. Alternatively, actually not alternatively, they will also come back up regardless at 3 a.m. Pacific. Oh, Ben, enjoy the game, bro. Tiles is the only thing interesting for you on this fight? That's fair. You know what annoyed me about this fight? When we progged it, because we progged it blind. We progged it. This was the first time my group's like, let's blind prog a fight. Like the minute it comes out. So like we rushed through the normals at like 4 a.m. or whatever time it was.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and then we hopped in and blind progged. And what bugged me a lot was anti-air, because that was the one with the giant tank lasers where you had to be like one, you had like 2 groups of 3 and then the tank separate.
Yeah.
We had like 10 wipes on that because we could not figure out why we were dying, because the tank lasers are so big and they were hard to see.
Oh, so you'd be close in and it'd just feel like it would be in your screen.
We would
You're
just
like,
die.
what?
Yeah, we were like, what is happening to us? We're not that bad, are we? We were going crazy. We were like, all right, maybe we just mitigate it. All right, everyone, just let's. All right, throw all that mitigation up. I'll throw up shake. We'll throw up. Throw up tag. We couldn't figure it out. It took us a little bit, but eventually we got it.
Okay, yeah, that definitely sounds like an interesting experience. I kind of wish I had have progged the following fights blind. I definitely think doing some of the fights blind makes you an exceptional player. Like I basically had to be boot camped like all the way through the first tier because of the blind prog.
I would love to blind prog a full tier. This is the only fight that we blind progged, of all of Eden. But my group's too casual. Like we have really exceptional players. We'll have like 3 of us. No, actually like 5 of us. When Endwalker comes out in my group, 5 or 6 even. We'll be triple legends. But we kind of like the slower, like as weird as it sounds, kind of like the slower clear process and the less intense schedule, because it kind of lets the tier drag out for like 4 or 5 weeks, and you can kind of enjoy the content more. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going for world first, then why are you like trying to speed through it? Unless you have like other obligations, like if you're going to hardcore so that you can get back to work or whatever.
Yeah, I always think it'd be fun to do a week 1 clear, like push hard for week 1. That'd be fun, but you got to have a group that's like got the right mindset and can put in just an absurd amount of hours in 1 week.
Yeah, like what is it, 12 plus hours a day sometimes?
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't it
depends on your
ridiculous
group.
week 1 or 16 or something?
It can be, yeah.
Unless you're like all gods and you like clear the first fight in 5 hours.
Oh, you could. I don't remember how long it took people to clear the first fight this tier. I think 9S was one of the longer. I think it took a couple hours for the first group to clear it. But usually the first fight gets down in like an hour. Usually it only takes a few
hour?
Yeah, usually it only takes a few polls for like the cutting edge groups.
Yeah, I remember E1 being really, really short. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't long at all to
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah, because that was the first fight and it was a new expansion, so I think you just DPS'd it. It just like blew up for those groups.
Yeah, okay.
So tiles was the coolest part. I think we're in agreement there. What
Yeah.
happens after tiles? It just repeats tiles again. Oh, there's brambles. Right, brambles.
Yeah,
What did-
Brambles was so much fun. I love
Yeah,
that mechanic.
brambles.
Oh my gosh.
What strat did you guys use?
I want to say we used Myth.
Myth brambles.
Yeah.
Dang. Where you went
Myth.
all the way out?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Yeah, it was you know, we eventually switched to Happy when we learned about it, but we did Myth because we didn't know anything else. We actually knew nothing else.
So we did Happy week 1. We did the same thing. We did Happy Rambles, but then we switched because my group at this point were toxic, right? We have a casual schedule, but we're toxic players. So we actually started doing Bramble stacks, where we just stacked on the 4 corners of the boss in melee range and heavy mitigated, and just like ate it.
Sheesh, I thought only tanks could stack. What in the world? What did you
No,
do?
you can do 4 stacks of 2 if your mit's right, and there's not really a lot to mid in that fight, so we just sent all the mit on brambles. We just heavy mitigated
That
it.
sounds so cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. I might have a VOD of it. Let me search through my VODs real quick, since we are. I mean, I'm not using VODs for tonight, obviously, but
Yeah, you know.
yeah, let me see.
Do you like anti?
Have you done like a speed kill strat for that fight?
What do you mean by like speed kill strat?
I'm trying to think of what the strat's actually called. I did it recently with Naja actually, and a couple of others. I just said Naja because I know that's the name you would recognize.
Yeah.
But we tried like a I don't exactly know what the strat was called, but it was like 3 like tanks would stack, and they would be in intercardinal corners, and they would be in like groups of 3 with I guess the 7th being like further out, and it was actually so cool. Like it made the fight way more fun,
That's pretty neat.
even though I hated it.
I'm trying to find the timestamp. I think. Let me just skip ahead to my live gameplay. I think we were doing bramble stacks at this time. Here, I'll let this ride. Let me minimize the tier list. Okay. So this is what we did. Let it rock a little bit. Let's see what all we had. Yeah, we have if you know, you like, there's just so many things. We have giant fucking shields. We use Seraph. I think we spread Adlo. We had a bard do whatchamacallit, the shield thingy. And so we just stacked. I forgot to use my knockback there, but usually you just pop your knockback if you stand right there. So you had four stacks of 2.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the strat we use. We also used, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a strat I actually developed myself.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's called the dick strat, or penis brambles. Yeah,
That's fitting. Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a video on my YouTube if anyone's interested in seeing it. Yeah, but we had dick brambles. There's a link to my YouTube. That's another great strategy. Let me pull that up. Honestly, I'm not sure why PF didn't take on dick brambles. It was both fun, and it was trust me, full uptime. Full uptime on fun, at least. Here, I'll throw
Let's be
it
honest,
up
can they
down
really
here.
handle it?
Yeah, I'll throw it down here. Let's see. Let me find Dick Brambles. Yeah, you can see how they're laid out. So we've got the balls and the shaft. I don't know if right here's a clip where we'll shoot the tank buster out the tip. That's what we did. Yeah, here it is. Tank buster out the tip. Yeah, it was Dick Brambles. It was actually fully functional. We were able to clear with it. But yeah, that's a home cooked strat. That's the good stuff. Let's see. Let me find it.
Honestly, I think it's just more honorable to like that
There
you
it is.
named it after something that was more fitting rather than naming it
Yeah.
after yourself.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really cool of you.
Yeah, so here's the ball. Here's the other ball. There's the shaft, of course. We use the markers to sort of fill in for, artistic stuff. And then, yeah,
I
tank
see.
buster out the shaft. Perfect. It's pretty good. It's
Now-
pretty good stuff.
Is this functional for towers?
Yes, it
Or
is.
were you not
It's-
able to do it?
It's
It
fully
is.
functional. Yeah, it's on my YouTube. Well, we did the whole fight with it. It only took like 3 pulls. We were able to get it down.
Wow, gods.
Yeah, all this to say, this fight's probably B tier. If I were to place it.
I was actually coming to the same conclusion, to be honest. I'd say it's higher than E6 because of tiles, because E6 didn't have really a mechanic like that, IMO, that like stood out.
Yep.
So I'd say it's higher than E6, but it's
Uh,
definitely
yeah.
not on the same level as E2.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think B tier is a solid placement for that fight. Probably, actually, according to our list, it was the best opening fight of any of the tiers in Shadowbringers.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, let's move on. Did 10S have a unique soundtrack? Did it have a unique song, or was it the same generic one?
I feel like it was the same. Yeah, I don't think it was special. But granted, I wasn't really listening too much to the game music. I think
Yeah.
I played the songs a bit, and then I just got sick of them. Just started playing lo-fi.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't do this anymore, guys.
10 was the same as 9. I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
We're chilling.
So 10, the dog.
The
Everyone's favorite fight, E10 this dick. What did you think of the shadow mechanic? I mean, what did you think of this fight?
I didn't dislike it, but like really, it's exactly as you said. Even if it was like kind of memeing, once you got the shadow mechanic, that was it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't really need to do much else. It took me a second to get it because, some would argue that I'm not that intelligent. I just say that I have my moments, but whatever. Some people are mean.
Yeah.
But once I got it, that was it. Like I was done. I was like, this is the easiest fight ever. I didn't dislike it though. It wasn't like bad. Oh wait, I think I blocked orbs out of my memory. Never mind.
Orbs?
This was
Oh.
not like the best fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
never mind.
orbs were definitely a thing. And if someone messed it up, you got that sweet damage down.
Oh god, the damage down, and then just having to walk like on one side of the wall and like line up like that.
Did you guys ever do uptime? Did you ever hyper mitigate that and just stand in
We
it?
tried, but I don't think we succeeded. I think it was our composition more than anything,
Yeah.
and it was just like whatever, dude. It's like just over with. We don't even like this fight. Stop
Yeah,
trying to
that's fair.
optimize it. We don't care.
Oh yeah, we
about
we
you?
did all that. We optimized a lot in our prog of this tier. We definitely were different gamers. We had gotten our first ult. We got Uwu'd killed before this tier, so we were like a step higher than we were before. I would argue Uwu's barely harder than Savage, but at the time it was a big jump for us as players.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Okay.
punished for other people's mistakes. Yeah, I agree, Tay. I think that was the biggest issue with this one. And it wasn't even the kind of punish like E5S where someone messed up and you all died. This one was like a punish to your morality, because this one would hurt just very subtly because it was damage down punishment. It wouldn't wipe you. It would just make you do worse. Make you have a worse parse.
And the damage downs were so fat. This and
Yeah.
that tier. Oh god.
Yeah.
50. What was it? 50%?
Yeah, they were
Like,
big.
Like they were huge. You would just cry when you had one. It's
Yeah.
just like, do I even want to play anymore now that I have this? It's like I might as well be dead. I might as well be dead. That's what you felt like.
Yeah, it was kind of brutal. The shadow mechanic is cool that they had a new unique mechanic. I'm always in favor of new unique mechanics, but they do this thing in 14, and I think it is as to not overwhelm. But when I feel like every time they have a cool new unique mechanic, they never go deep enough with it on the first time.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to do too much because they're just like, I don't know. I would have been cool with like really fun ways to do the shadow mechanic instead of orbs. If orbs was gone, I feel like this fight could have been amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there could have been a better way. Also, thank you for the follow, Swag Veil. Swag Veil? It's like Swag Veil, but with a Z. Yeah, I did think there was that one time where like half the group had shadows, the other half didn't, and you had to like adjust to each other to which shadow you get assigned, and then you had to go on the towers, or you had to, all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't.
That was probably the most thought you had to do in the fight. But really, it's just, I don't know. It was a matter of, do you know left from right? You do? Okay, you can do fight.
Yeah, that was it. Or just camera angles. The whole fight was camera angles.
Yeah.
If you didn't know how to orient yourself properly.
Yeah, that's fair.
It wasn't like literally just orbs was what I hated, and then everything else wasn't whatever. So yeah.
Slizzy, maintenance ends in about 9 hours. I guess it'd be 8 hours at this point. Or if you follow the channel, if you click the follow button, it might end sooner. I'm not sure on that one. I think I heard that it would maintenance end sooner if you're following the channel. So just to keep that in mind.
We're playing right now, so.
Yeah. We're in the. We follow the channel, so we've been in. It might be slow to get you back in, but for us, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Okay, so where do we place this? Yeah. If you use your free Twitch Prime, maintenance might end sooner too. Exactly. See, Chris gets it. Where would you place this? I don't know if it deserves C, but I don't know if it deserves B.
Yeah, I mean, I guess C plus.
C, but is it better or worse than Leviathan? Because I feel like in Leviathan you did more stuff.
Yeah, and there wasn't any like overly stupid mechanics.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like annoying.
Yeah, but I really liked optimizing this fight. I will say, doing that crazy mitigation plan and all that was kind of fun. Even as a Dragoon, where all I did was watch them do it, I still thought I was still a rush every time because I was getting uptime.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm fine with a C plus or a B minus. I think it fits.
I think we stick it right here. It's like on the same level as Leviathan for me. So, but I don't know if it's better. Looking back, I hated on Leviathan a lot at the time, but I think Leviathan I enjoyed more than E10.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I definitely would say Leviathan was more fun.
All right.
I don't really feel much about that. Yeah, I don't really feel much about it.
All right, we'll stick it right here in the upper middle of C tier. Enjoy.
Dope.
Thank you for the follow, man. Hope you're enjoying the game. Okay, we'll move along to to the Yoshi P proclaimed the prog stopper of the tier. I remember when they were talking about the tier before it came out, he was like, "Oh, that E11S, that'll be the prog stopper for a lot of groups."
Really?
That's what he said. You can quote me on that. I swear I think those are the exact words he used.
Huh. I remember something like that, but I don't think I was paying much attention. I was outside of the game at that point.
That's fair. All right, Mello, what did you think of E11S?
So I liked the fight. I thought mechanically it was cool, and I thought that it was nice to finally have, I guess, like despite it universally being hated, I was fine with the multiple instances of what's the word? Disengaging. I think I was fine with that, and it had a lot of E2 callbacks, and I love E2. So,
yep.
You know, that's always a plus. But I did prog the fight on Paladin, and that was one of the fights on Paladin that you had to change
a lot,
literally every aspect of your rotation. Yeah, like so you had to pop fight or flight. Like I want to say like 2 seconds early. You had to do all kinds of annoying stuff on Paladin in order to optimize, and I just hated it. I was like, dude, what is this? Let me play Gunbreaker. Let me play Warrior. I hate this.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Fast Tracks, also good to see you again. I think it's just an influx of new players pulling the summoner number up. I don't know. I haven't noticed summoner specifically, but summoner is a popular job. So maybe that's why you're seeing so many summoners.
I didn't know. I know Dragoon is pretty popular. Dragoon, Dark Knight. Those are the classes that usually bring people to the game.
Yeah. Oh, soon to be Reaper.
Oh yeah, Reaper. Trying to think of what else. What's the class that actually probably brought people to the game? I think that's it. Those were all like the cover classes.
Yeah. What's the cover? Warriors ARR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never think like, oh, Warrior. I mean, I do. I love Warrior because I've got a soft spot for Warrior.
Same.
But I feel like if you don't play Warrior, there's no shot that you have that soft spot. It's like a job that it's like if you know with Warrior, you know?
Yeah. But yeah.
Also, Gigawolf, as long as you're enjoying yourself, man. Hopefully in the future you can do these fights and you'll understand the struggles that we're talking about. Okay. So 11S. I really like the boss design. This shit is so Final Fantasy. I was like, this is like exactly what I signed up for with Final Fantasy 14. It's just like Daddy Thancred mixed with Grandpa Ranjit. He's like a dragon serpent man. He's like, his walk animation was so intimidating. Have you ever seen this man walk around? It's so scary. He's got a gun blade. He's like, you know, I've been raiding with these gunbreakers this whole expansion, and now we gotta fight one.
Huh, I didn't even consider that. like the design of the boss, the way it looks, yeah.
Yeah, and the music too. I think this song's a banger.
Oh yeah, I'd say the music plus I don't know. I kind of liked the whole thing with Reed and the story that was going on in the fight. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And the connection, but you know, I ultimately didn't pay too much attention to the story, so it's not like my opinion on that actually holds any water.
Gotcha. But you know what? Your opinion does hold water with the mechanics of the fight. What did you think about this fight? You know, it had like, what did it have? It had the fire. It changed between fire, electric, and light, and it like changed properties. They do like the same move, but the properties would change. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I think mechanically there wasn't a single thing I disliked. I thought it was a nice progression. You had like the two elements at first, and then they established exactly what each did pertaining to each mechanic, and then they introduced light, and it's like, okay, what does light do now? And everything was perfect. Like, it was a perfect progression. I think mechanically it's perfect, like flawless.
I also I agree. I love the mechanics. I also really enjoyed optimizing this fight. He did jump away at some really weird timings that you had to deal with. But like as far as executing the mechanics and also keeping like really good uptime, landing positionals, I thought this fight was actually super fun. But if your tank pulled the boss a little bit too far north and he jumped back to the middle and he put his face towards you and you missed your rear positional, ugh, it's like, come on, man. My tanks are trained at this point. They get yelled at.
Yeah, I definitely am hardcore trained on that. They got me in E12. E11, I didn't have a difficult time centering it, but 12, yeah, definitely.
I think it's also worth noting, just as an overall general thing on this last tier, all of the boss hitboxes are so big, and as both of us being melee players, I really enjoyed that you could do mechanics and keep uptime with a lot of these bosses.
Yeah, that was appreciated. That was definitely something that was great. It's like you said, especially as a melee coming from
from verse,
which
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's like you had to come up with some crazy strats to do stuff, like intentionally take like the whole party intentionally taking vuln stacks. It's like, oh yeah, this is uptime. I mean, hey, but if it's not a damage down, it's a damage up. So
yeah, it was pretty cool. I like this tier in general. I do agree with the way this fight is. This fight reminds me of the reason why I like this fight. It's the same reason I like E4S. I just love the pacing of it. I'd like, it's really well paced in my opinion. There is a bit of downtime when he jumps away and goes invisible, but like I thought that was like cool thematically, so it didn't bug me.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that.
There was a little bit of RNG as to who got chosen by a couple mechanics, which was another. I always like that, a little bit of RNG thrown in. You gotta adapt a little bit.
Yeah, not like unfair RNG. That's when it's annoying. But yeah, E11 didn't particularly bother me. I didn't prog it on melee, so you know I never had that situation where it's like, oh no, I got lightning, I have to pop True North.
Yeah.
But you know, it was cool. I kind of personal thing that was dumb was me not realizing that when you get the tank buster, that there's actually a cooldown timer until it explodes. I didn't learn that until way later.
Oh yeah.
that was an experience, but otherwise, yeah, I'd say I generally enjoyed the fight. I think it was fun.
Yeah, Mets.
The maintenance, many years.
Many years. It could be many years. I heard that the process gets sped up if you follow the channel. If you follow this Twitch channel, I think the servers will come up faster than many years if you do that, but I'm not entirely sure.
Can confirm. Definitely follow, and you'll get right in.
Yeah. I'm playing right now. Just having an in-depth discussion and playing. Yeah, absolutely.
Hardcore rating.
What was near the end? Oh, the end of this fight was cool because they did rapid fire on the cycles, and you had to adapt to which one it was, right? It was random, which of the three?
Oh yeah, it could be light, lightning, or fire.
Right?
And that was where they brought the E2 in, and I was just I loved that. I loved that.
Man. That's what I'm saying. I love fights that actually do throw the hardest part at you at the end. I love that because a lot of fights don't do that. But I don't think there's a harder part than that part in this fight in E11.
Yeah, and the great thing is that it's just like E2 in that it's an amalgamation of everything. So it's not hard because it's some newfangled amazing mechanic like, oh god, we've never seen this before. It's literally just everything you've learned up to now, we're throwing it all at you at once, and that is great. That's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's super cool. Yo, Zach Rayan over here in the chat's got a really good question. He wants to know what our advice would be to someone starting the game right now, but wants to get familiar with in-game raids before the new X pack. Personally, I think you've already got step 1 down. You followed the channel, so you're killing it there. I would say just pick a job that looks cool to you. I would try and familiarize yourself with how you're generally supposed to play it. You could look for resources like on the balance Discord. You can find your rotation if you're like a DPS. That'll help a lot. I'd practice a little bit on a training dummy, and I would start doing EX trials. I would go do Diamond Weapon EX right now if I were you. That'll teach you how to play the game a little bit. And then when you're comfortable with your job and you're like, okay, this Diamond Weapon thing, it's not too bad, then I would go try Savage.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lux? You got
I
any tips?
generally agree with that assessment. The only other thing I would suggest is, say you are trying to find a group, but maybe they're going to trial you in a Savage fight, but you haven't done a Savage fight. Something you can do that I've actually done a few times, it's really helpful, is do the striking dummy thing that Len suggested, but also have a video up if you have another monitor of the fight. And then you can visualize yourself doing everything that's happening in the fight while you're hitting the striking dummy. So it can help you learn your rotation while you're in Savage, even though you're not in Savage.
Absolutely. Yo, Lux, I'm happy that I'm not a crazy person, because I do that same thing. When I told my static I did that, they called me crazy. They were like, "You don't need to do all that." I'm like, "No. This is fun. I enjoy this."
This is the difference between greatness and just like professionals have standards. I don't know what else to tell you guys.
Yes, as long as you treat yourself like you're a student of the game, and you'll be a-okay. You'll be right on your way to learning. Whether you want to join a static, you want to join, or you just want to PF it, like however you want to handle it. As long as you treat yourself like a student of the game, you're always trying to learn. It's no big deal. Like when you make mistakes, don't like beat yourself up over it. Just try and learn from them, and you'll be on your way. You'll be better than the majority of the player base. Just with the right attitude.
Yeah, that's you're already better than like 50% of players if you have the right mindset.
But yeah, it's really fun to learn. And I'm happy to hear that you're interested. I hope you have fun. I wish I could start over again. Yo, remember when you first learned how to play this game? I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, I definitely did. Like when I had friends that were willing to teach me, that was really the biggest thing.
Bocce, it does not have any meters in game, but there are ways of accessing that data. I would just give it a quick search on YouTube and you can find all the information out. That'll be the easiest way for you to figure it all out. But there's like leaderboards and all of that.
Oh, and Zach also plays Warrior. Heck yeah.
Nice.
I just spotted that.
Love Warrior.
Best tank.
Join an FC. I'm trying to catch up on chat real quick.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a fair point from Tay. It's a fair point. So damage meter generally, so it's not technically it's not legal to be parsing in this game. It's not it's one of those situations though where you just don't say anything. You're not going to get banned for using it as long as you don't say anything about it. You kind of keep it to yourself. So generally people use it as an improvement tool, and then high-end people use it basically as like a leaderboard. How does it really change things in games? Top Flat, there are better jobs than others. It's dumb to think that there isn't. There are better compositions than others. But in general, you just pick one and learn it because it is so balanced. It's never going to come down to what job you're playing, at least in the current state of the game. That's not going to really dictate like whether or not you can do stuff. And everyone's invited in Party Finder. Nothing's excluded currently. I heard tales that that might have happened in the past, but I'm not. I haven't been playing for that long. I've only been playing in the entirety of Shadowbringers. The balance is really good. Maintenance over in 3 hours? No, I think it's longer. I think it's closer to 6.
Way longer. I mean, it might be over in 3 hours if you follow the channel.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you guys just got a bunch of follows back to back. Appreciate that, you guys. Hopefully you get in the game sooner rather than later, since you're following the channel. Yeah, don't bully other people with the meters unless they deserve it. No, I'm just kidding. Unless they're your good friend and it's a joke. Don't bully people for their damage. To be honest, the game doesn't really teach you doesn't teach you much. You gotta really work on it yourself.
Yeah, or talk to people.
Yes.
The game is it just gives you the bare minimum, and you can just assume. And sometimes you're right, but a lot of the times you're wrong.
Yeah. Ooh, you're hyped for Sage, Natro? I'm hyped for Reaper. Wait, yo, Lux, are you playing Reaper? And when Endwalker comes out?
Probably not. I won't be melee in my group, so I really
tank?
am not.
You're still tank?
Yeah, I'm gonna be tanking again. So.
Oh, I'm playing Reaper.
I mean,
I had first dibs since I'm the Dragoon.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I was on Dragoon, I would be on Reaper, but you know, we'll see. Everything looks really nice, but if they do something real crazy with Warrior, which they're probably not, but it would be cool if they did.
Yo.
Like I really want it to get a rework in some kind of way, but
okay.
I really don't know.
It's well documented, Lux, that you really want Dragoon's disemboweled refresh on AoE, which I agree with. If there's one thing they can do for Dragoon, let disembowel refresh on AoE. But is there anything that you would want specifically for Warrior?
For Warriors, so I've talked about this before. It's basically you know how they did on Paladin for your Royal Authority combo, where they essentially reincorporated Sword Oath.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you use Royal Authority, you get your 3 atonements, and then that's a part of your rotation. I was thinking that what if for Warrior, if in its rework they somehow reincorporated Deliverance, which is the old DPS stance. I don't know how they would do it, but that and just like reworking just how everything works, because Storm's Eye and just doing your 1-2-3 is really boring, and it's pressing the same button over and over again. I love Fellcleave, don't get me wrong, but you get tired of pressing the same button.
That's the wrong answer. The answer is you need 6 Fellcleaves in a window.
6 Fellcleaves.
Also, Hecko's got a question here. Is there any 100% needed add-on/UI things? Absolutely not. I think you have enough customization with the HUD in this game that you don't need anything. And really, there isn't a lot that people use as far as that's concerned with this game. And Jinx, that's a great question about Dragoon. Buddy, I still don't know how to play Dragoon. I backflipped into a wall the other day right after we got our second re-clear in a row of UCOB. So it doesn't matter. You will never change. I'm sorry.
You'll just stay a floor tank for life. It's just there's no getting out of it.
Yeah. All right, where are we gonna place 11S? Back to the tier list real quick.
Sheesh. I'm really comfortable with it being an A.
Me too. I think bottom of A, or maybe even above Shiva. Maybe. I mean, it's more fun.
It is more fun. It's just like I'm thinking. Yeah, no,
it's
I
more
liked it
fun.
I liked it more. That's it. That's all I need.
I respect Shiva's difficulty, but when you got a couple of melee players here, of course we like 11S more than Shiva. Okay, we're gonna split. We'll split 12 into 2 different, because honestly, it's 2 different fights.
It really is. It's
Okay, E12S Phase 1 music. Let me pull it up. Okay.
Let's go.
Eden's Promise Eternity. Oh my god. Yo, Crust, thanks for the 10 gifted. All right, I take back all the Machinist jokes, bro. Machinist is a fine job. It's a fine job, and everyone should start playing Machinist. Get your queens out, right? Queens out? Any queeners? Yo, guys, enjoy the emotes. Okay.
Holy heck. Awesome stuff.
So E12S. One sec. The music just reset itself. Okay, we're good. What did you think of phase 1? We'll start off with phase 1. You kick off phase 1, and when we get to phase 2, I'll kick that off.
Sheesh. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm a real weirdo, and I really love phase 1.
What? Okay.
I really love it.
Okay. Okay.
I really love it. It's like, and you want to know what my favorite part of it was? It wasn't Lions. Lions was my second favorite. My favorite was Shiva Junction.
Oh. Real quick, yo, Zach.
All of it.
Zach, thank you for the tier 2 sub, bud. Appreciate that. Shiva Junction? You're like Shiva?
Yeah. I don't know. It was cool, like sliding around and using my gap closer, all the different ways I would work that around. And I know how unpopular the opinion is, so like I'm really not even gonna factor it in. But I loved it. I loved phase 1.
Wow. That's hey, good for you, man. Let me skip this video.
Yeah, I can't imagine you would disagree.
No. So yeah, thank you for the follow. Okay, so phase 1, Shiva was the best part. I will agree with you on that. And really, Shiva was the hardest part of the entire fight, if you ask me. It's the only real scramble in the fight.
I can agree.
There's outgoing damage, and the party's split up, so it's hard to get heals off on everyone. So that's why I think it's probably the hardest part of the entire fight, phase 1 and phase 2, Shiva Junction. It is fun to slide around. I will give you that. Slipping and sliding's fun.
Yeah, I loved that. It was really stupid, but I loved it. Oh, gosh.
What else was in there? Oh, the Titan. The Titan phase was kind of like, it was kind of cool, but really it was like so much. I mean, look at this tier list. We got Titan at the top. Like, so much left to be desired with that phase.
Yeah.
They could have done
like,
elevation.
There were a lot of ways.
They could have done so many things. Yeah.
It definitely left a lot to be desired, because Titan was just, you just literally learned your position when you got whatever, and that was it. Like, it was just reaction at that point.
Yeah, it was fine. That Titan phase. How does the fight open up? I'm trying to remember exactly how it opens up.
It was you had your typical raid wide, and then you immediately went into introducing the primal mechanics, plus like either party stacks or
party stack
the Shiva
spread.
ice.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
That was really.
Yeah, it had the one of two things. I always liked that little bit of RNG, like we've said.
You know, like, so it was like you were forced to learn all of them. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Oh my God, Zenku, thank you for paying. Oh my gosh, paying forward the gift sub that you got from Crust. Appreciate it, homie.
Oh, smack.
I didn't know that it told you that it paid it forward. That's pretty neat.
Oh yeah, it tells you like they're paying it forward, or like, you know, it's really cool.
That's awesome. Okay, so I think I do think Shiva phase is probably the coolest part of phase 1. Lions, when we talk about Lions, I don't know what the fuss is with Lions. It's just a lot of mechanics going off at once, but you get like one of two rolls and you stick with it.
Yeah, especially with like Lions, that wasn't that bad. I think the most you would lose if you were melee was what, a GCD?
Yeah, at max.
If you timed it right.
Even with other strats, you would maybe lose 1 or 2 GCs. Like, you wouldn't lose a lot. I don't know. I didn't use. I guess if there was a strat where you lost a lot, I didn't do that strat. But we didn't do Lions. I think we did Billy. I think that's what it was called. Billy Lions.
I feel like that's what we progged on, and then we eventually swapped to Lions because
that makes sense.
Lions was just, you know, it just felt nice.
Yeah, I've never done Line Lions. I've never done that, but that's the only fight that I haven't parsed this tier. So it makes sense that I never optimized it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't want to optimize it.
Yeah.
Like, that's completely understandable.
Zach here's got a good question. What are our opinions on the server floods right now? I will say right before right before maintenance started and we started the show, I was in Gold Saucer. I was trying to do the jump puzzle and I waited 3 minutes to get into the jump puzzle. I don't think I've ever waited longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was actually like 2 minutes. It wasn't full 3 minutes, but it was substantial, and that was crazy to me. I've never seen that kind of business in the Gold Saucer. I think the combination of the event and all the new players coming in, servers have been a little busy, but it's been really nice to see Sprouts running around. Login, I always have a queue on Balmung. The queue's a little bit longer, but it's not that much worse. I imagine it's pretty bad on Aether right now, just in general.
Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks. Yeah. I mean, I got on at 7 a.m. this morning, so like, it wasn't. I didn't have a queue, but yeah, from what people were telling me that got on later, it was yeah, dude, what is this? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I'm glad the community is healthy right now. All these new players is fantastic. It is great. I'm happy.
Dude, yeah. So I've been doing culinarian quests. I've been running around. I've been like reading them and doing voices and all that. I've been having so much fun with the culinarian quests of all things lately. So I'm just in Limsa chilling like for a couple hours, enjoying myself. And there's so many Sprouts. They're all over the place.
Yeah. It's cool just seeing them do quests, just things that like, it's like, dang, I haven't done that in so long, or like I did it on my alt and I just sped through it, but like they're just taking their time, and it's just great. It's so cool.
Primal's not too bad. Okay, it's good to know. Pilgrim SQ isn't too bad. Seen a lot worse before. Gotcha. It's rough on Cactuar. Sorry to hear that.
Cactuar is rough. It's bad.
Sorry to hear that. So, phase 1 of E12S. It had lions, it had the primals. I will say thematically, it was pretty cool. I don't know why the boss had like 4,000 titties. It had like... oh, I didn't have so many titties. Oh, you know what? I feel like I have to pull up a Twitter thread real quick. When we were progging this fight, so it has like 1 million titties and it's got like even more hands. It's got so many hands and all these arms. I have a Twitter thread. I need to find it. It's pretty far down. But every day that we prog this fight, I put different items. I edited different items into the hands of the boss. I'm trying to find it. I'm almost there. I'm near our prog time. Oh, here they are. So we've got the OK hands, and then I had the Arthur fists.
Oh my god!
And then I did the these hands, but with their hands, but the fingers have hands on them. That one's pretty cursed. Were there more than that? I feel like the hands with the guns. I thought those were good.
Dude.
Yeah. That's. I guess it was just 4 of them. It felt like a lot longer, but yeah. I was doing that for a while. Maybe I need to revive that thread.
That's perfection. Please.
Yo, guys, thank you for the hype train. That's cool. I got an emote. How does this work? I got a dog emote. Let's go.
Yeah, we get like special ones.
Oh wow, those are grapes. No, those are titties. Best main tanks for ultimate raids depends on the ultimate, and it depends on what you can play and what your co-tank's playing. A lot of factors when it comes to ultimate, but really all of them are viable for the most part. Let me get the music going again.
The other thing is if you're in a prog or in a reclear situation, but if you're talking about prog, I think Warrior's a really good main tank for prog situations. Just because of its sustain. It's simple. Lot of good mitigation. And yeah, it's just great. It's probably the best for Prague. I'd say that in an objective sense for Prague specifically, but
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, there is a faction of people that hate warriors for whatever reason. Like, there's
Would you
just a
say it's brain
faction of
dead?
tanks that really like. No, they just don't think it's as good. And I mean, I can see the situations because it has like a little less mitt and all that. But like, really, its sustain is so good, dude.
It makes up for any of that. It makes up for any
Yeah.
lack of mitigation.
Yeah. So it really just depends. Honestly, I say pick the tank that looks the coolest to you or the one that you enjoy the most, and you just run with it. If you're getting into ultimate, I'd assume that you can communicate with your co-tank and really figure out which one to go with. Also, Super Gold, usually I would say Dancer because I'm a notorious Machinist hater, but Crust gifted 10 subs, so I'm on Team Machinist today.
Understandable.
All right, so where are we gonna land E12 Phase 1?
So despite my love for Phase 1,
Mhm.
I completely am aware of the jank. But I still think it was fun. So I'm thinking like
Okay.
I still enjoyed myself. So I don't think it deserves A, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'm like, where would it be? It'd be even if it was.
I think it's top of B. I've been very vocal about how I was really disappointed with E12 in general, but
Mhm.
I think thematically it could be carried to A, but I think that might more be the case of Phase 2 for me. So I'm thinking high B, top of B for this one.
Okay. I can agree with that.
You can agree with that? Okay.
Yeah. Because 9 only had tiles. 6 was like not bad, not good. And it was just like, there was a lot going on in the first phase of 12, but it wasn't amazing. So I'd say top of B is fine.
Top of B's fine. I'm getting a little bit of frame drops. Sorry, the
Oh,
cops
yeah.
are coming after my internet.
No, you've got Square coming after you, giving
Yeah,
them
who's snitching? Who's
early
snitching?
access.
Yeah, who's snitching?
Early access to the game for follows.
It's true. If you follow the channel, you will get back in earlier than everyone else who's waiting on maintenance confirmed. Don't tell Square. All right.
Come hang out with us on them, so.
Yeah. Phase 2 of E12S. Well, let me pull up the music because it's the best song of the expansion.
Big hype.
I lost my shit when I wasn't even there. I think I was watching the week 1 group. I forget which group I saw get to Phase 2 for. I think it was I think it was Stahl's group. I think
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I think that was the group I was watching that I saw get to Phase 2 first.
Okay.
Yeah. And I heard the music kicked in and I'm like, "Oh my god." It's the extreme because that's a FF8 song. I was super
okay.
stoked.
Yeah, I guess that's the other reason why the music isn't as memorable to me, because I haven't played too many Final Fantasies. It actually kind of sucks. Like, it makes me want to go play them just so that I can get what everybody else is. Just
Yeah.
like, dude, this song is so great, and I'm like, dude, I'm sick of it. And they're just like, dude, but it's from this game, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
never played that.
Yo, Rihanna, we'll go over patch notes after we're done with the tier list. Thanks for letting me know. I will.
Good lord, I
I'll
just
be sure to
saw
pull
a
'em up.
little sneak peek. Not excited.
Can someone link the patch notes in the chat for us, please? Just so I have them when we're done with this. Kiss, kiss, thank you. Okay, now that the good part of the music's kicking in, let me start off by saying E12S Phase 2 was the coolest fight thematically in Eden. I would say probably by like a lot. I think it visually is just like gorgeous to look at. I love the like black and purple aesthetic. A lot of the attacks are really like satisfying. She's got her big ass hammer. And it just like felt really chunky and nice to me, and the music is great. And that alone is why I enjoy this. I'm not as big a fan of, you know, some of the mechanics are just like kind of set and forget. Like you just like you do it, you get it once and then you got it. Like you'll never have to adjust to anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually unfortunate with those, the relativities.
Yeah, the mechanics themselves are kind of whack, but everything else about it I just love. What do you think of it?
It's, I mean, but I started on Paladin and then midway switched to Warrior for Prague. Or no, I did clear it on Paladin. Never mind.
Okay.
So I mean, it was cool. Like it was another situation where like yeah, I had uptime on the most annoying mechanics, but
Yep.
even still, I felt nothing about any of the relativities. I felt nothing. Like
Yeah.
I didn't look at them with any like
Yep.
elation or any excitement, but also I didn't hate them. It was just like, oh, okay, this is just a part of it, I guess.
Yeah. The mechanics were unfortunately very forgettable. It's very like, you've done it once, I've got it. Like I don't ever have to think about it again. It's just a little unfortunate. There was some like cool tank stuff going on though, right? I didn't tank, but wasn't the during like, was it double APOC and
APOC?
triple APOC where?
Yeah.
I think it was double APOC, right? Where it
Yeah,
was like
learning
some stuff.
I mean double and triple, but double more so. I feel like double was harder.
Gotcha.
Tank buster wise.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
because there was
it's
the
true.
she like jumped around to like the furthest player and did all that stuff.
Yeah, you had to time it right in order to avoid the lights, so that you wouldn't get a damage down that would make you wish you were dead. You had to maneuver around so that you wouldn't murder the party, but you also there was just a lot going on. But yeah, that was cool. That was like a fun tank thing to do.
Yeah.
I'd say that was the most fun tank thing to do.
Yeah, I have not tanked it, unfortunately. I really want to take that fight. It seems cool. I haven't tanked it yet.
Yeah, I can't say much on it. I mean, I think the only thing about E12 in general on Paladin that was cool was, hey, I'm actually using Passage of Arms. Like in all the other fights, it was kind of an optional thing. Like it was cool. Oh, actually in E11, never mind. You had to use it a lot, but in 12, you had to use it too.
Yeah, the outgoing damage. It's unfortunate we don't have a healer here to talk about it because I have a feeling healers have a completely different opinion of this fight. But it seemed like if you're a healer that enjoys to heal, it seemed like a good fight. Like it forced you to put in some work. At least that's the vibe I got.
I feel like if you were, it depended on what healer you were. So like if you were a white mage main, you probably didn't like the fights. But if you were like on Scholar or maybe even Astro, then I feel like you had a slightly differing opinion.
That's fair.
Because like it's a mindset thing. It's like wait, I have to heal? What? What? It's like glare cast stops. What is this?
That's fair enough. No, it's cool, and I think a lot of players who are sort of transitioning from Savage to Ultimate, I feel like there's nothing in Savage in this expansion at least up until the end of 12S that really made you plan out mid. Like you actually kind of had to plan out mitigation for all that outgoing damage and like stagger it. I don't think there are any other fights that you had to do that as intently in Savage this expansion. So that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, like really map out mitigation and healing. Yeah, I agree.
Maybe the end of 8S. The end of 8S did do a good chunk of damage, but I don't know if it was as much as 12.
I mean, 8 was pretty rough. I mean, heck, the first raid wide would kill you if you didn't have an addle on the boss.
Yo, I know this is off topic, but did you ever get killed by the percentage health damage in E1S? Because it did percentage health on the raid wide, and if you were main tank, you'd get killed in like 2 autos if you didn't get healed.
Yep.
Yeah. I was main tank during that back then, and we were all noobs, so I died to that a lot.
it's like you die to it now, and it's not even it's not even prog. Like it's just like you're all BIS like from Eden's Promise, and you're dying to it because it's like, guys, this does percentage. We're going to die. You have to heal us.
What does Addle do exactly? It mitigates magic damage. So any attack that does magic damage, which isn't something they do a great job of explaining in game. But a few Google searches and you can figure out the differences and all that. But it'll mitigate magic damage. That's right, right? I don't. Yeah. I don't play caster. Melee jobs have feint, which does the same thing but for physical damage, and it feels like Addle has a lot more uses than feint. Just kind of in
it's
general.
actually depressing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can feint autos, but it doesn't matter much in Savage. For the most part, like obviously do it if you know where to do it, but it doesn't feel as impactful.
Yeah, Addle literally can be the difference between your party wiping and not wiping, or surviving a mechanic and not. But feint is just like, hey, I fainted, guys.
Yeah.
High fives. I did it.
Yeah. What Tay said, it lowers their intelligence and mind by 10%.
Oh, is that what it does? Oh, okay, I thought it just reduced like just magic damage. Okay, all right, that makes more sense.
There's the nerdy term for it, but really it's just magic stuff.
It's like, stop showing off. Just say magic.
I know, just dunking on us. Tay's a genius. She's so smart. She's like a tea extraordinaire, dude. She's always in tea.
And we're just Dragoon and Warrior players. SMH.
I know. Just small brain Dragoon Warrior players. I can't wait for Reaper to come out and just be a small brain, edgy boy, greedy DPS.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
Google's your best friend. You're really good at navigating Google. Yeah, I agree, Taco. I mean, I just got done with UCOB. I always gotta thank the meds. So thanks for the follow. So mechanically, we think 12S Phase 2 is kind of whatever. But thematically, I think it's really cool. I don't know how you feel. What are your thoughts, just overall?
I mean, yeah, it was really popping, and just the way it felt, and just how everything just went, and the way it looked, it all felt like, even if the mechanics didn't reflect like this is a final fight, the music and everything working together, everything else, every other aspect of it made me think, oh dang, this is the finale. Like, even if the mechanics failed to do that.
Yo, thank you guys for the follows. You guys are popping off with the follows. Appreciate it, homies.
Heck yeah.
Yo, I haven't run the maintenance show in a while, but we run this. I try to run it every maintenance I can. Unfortunately, maintenance is usually late at night on Monday nights, and I work a full-time job. So usually I can't do it, but because maintenance started a little earlier tonight, we were able to run it. But we like to run this show. We also run a trivia game show called Who Wants to Be a Gillionaire? Usually about bi-weekly on Fridays. And speaking of which, Lux here, my good friend, he also streams this game. He's coming on that show in a couple weeks. Answer some trivia questions. Are you ready for that, by the way?
No.
At least you're honest.
Don't worry. I have a good memory. I basically like forced my way through college with memory. It was dope.
Yeah.
So we're chilling.
Yeah. You're good. Okay. Are you comfortable? What are we thinking? A or B for? What do you think? Do you think Phase 2 over Phase 1? Or are you more of a Phase 1 guy?
I'd say Phase 2 over Phase 1. As much as I loved it, like I said, I understand. Yeah. And it also was hard. It was hard progging it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
2 was, it was prettier. It was prettier than 1.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of impactfulness, they were not the same, but for different reasons. So okay. I'd say it's higher than Phase 1.
I think so. Is it A tier?
For experience. I wouldn't say it's an A. I definitely wouldn't say it's an A.
Think it's a B?
Yeah, I don't think it deserves to even be in the same sentence
as those three. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm comfortable with putting it top of B.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. That's our tier list. We've put it together. So we've got E4S Titan is our only S tier. That's our favorite fight of the expansion. Then we've got in A tier in order. We got 2S, 11S, 8S. 8S carried by the difficulty. 2S because we have soft spots for that fight, and 11S is just really fun mechanically. And then in B tier, it's looking like we got 12, both phases of 12. You like the mechanics more in phase 1. I like the thematic more in phase 2. Really what brought them up there. 9 is just kind of a fun intro fight, probably the best opening fight of any of the tiers. And then we got kind of the lower half. We got 6S, a little bit forgettable, but it wasn't like it was bad. I think that's really why we put it up to B tier. It's better than anything else below it. Would you agree with that?
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
We've got Leviathan here at the top of C tier. I notoriously did not like this fight back when it came out, but it's grown on me a little bit. The guy's cool. The lasers are kind of neat. Some of the mechanics are cool, but really it's like it's kind of whatever until the very end of the fight. And the very end of the fight's not even that impressive. Like Black Smokers and Tsunami 2 aren't even that much. Then we've got the shadow fight where you do left from your right and you win the game. If you mess up, you get damage downs from your friends. Everyone loves that.
Right foot this time.
Left foot, left stop. We've got E1S, just kind of forgettable, but we didn't hate it. Didn't hate it like that. E5S, little too punishing. I appreciated how punishing it was, but a little too punishing for an opening fight in a tier. And honestly, mechanically, pretty bland. There's not a lot of variety. It really repeats itself over and over. I think that was our consensus. And then 7S sucks.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, that's our tier list. Here, I'll screen it and I'll put it up on.
That's fucking teamwork.
Yo, Vine, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you, homie. What do you guys think? What are we thinking, chat? What would you guys have different here? Super Gold says 8's his favorite fight. I like how difficult it is. I like the difficulty of 8S. For sure. For sure. Yeah, welcome in, Vi. Good to see you, homie. Let me get those patch notes pulled up.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I noticed questions.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Rulo Ravioli. He's looks like a WoW player.
Oh, okay.
It's not too far up. That's considering swapping.
Considering swapping.
But they're a tank player.
Ravioli. Okay, quick question. I got you. Quick question. All-time WoW player here. Main tank. Considering the MMORPG swap, not sure what classes to begin with. I'd appreciate any input. Buddy, I would go with, if you really want a simple job, Warrior's probably your go-to for tanks in this game, out of the 2 starter jobs. But really, you could go either or. Yeah, you only really have Warrior or Paladin as your 2 starting ones. So you can't really go wrong with either, but I would if you want to learn the fundamentals of tanking, I would sort of lean Warrior in my opinion. A Paladin can be a little weird. What do you think?
Yeah,
what do you think, Lex?
I personally think Warrior is the easiest. It's,
I agree.
Like just the simple. You have the simple 1, 2, 3, and then you get the Storm's Eye later, and it's just like, oh, okay, so I just do Storm's Eye and then keep doing Path until Eye drops off. And Paladin is like, it's cool because you have the rotation kind of like Dragoon. It teaches you the fundamentals in that way, but that can be a wall for some people. It's like, wait, what? I'm supposed to use the same abilities just over and over and over again. But I feel like Warrior's rotation further reinforces that than more so than Paladin does.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Black mages are actually really good in Savage Void Master. And they seem very immobile, but once you get it down, you'll learn that black mages are actually pretty mobile with with their crazy bullshit that they have. They're surprisingly mobile. For healers, it depends on your comp, but Astro Scholar's really good right now. Playing FF14 seems pretty daunting. Just jump into it, dude. Just get into the fray. Not right now, because you can't get in. I mean, unless you follow the channel. If you follow the channel, you'll probably get in faster. I think that's what it says in the patch notes. Speaking of the patch notes, looks like we've got some patch notes. Let me pull them up. 5.58. Do we have anything cool? Let me change my stream title real quick. Lux, any closing thoughts on Eden Savage?
On Eden Savage?
Just in general.
Well, despite all the problems every fight had, you had your great ones, then you had your whatevers, and you had your I don't hate this and I don't dislike it. Mm-hmm. But like overall, I'd say I enjoyed myself. I think all of them were really cool in their own right, and they were fun experiences individually. Some were better than others, obviously. That's just gonna happen. But
yep.
I had fun. I enjoyed myself.
I would tend
Except
to agree.
For E5.
Except for E5.
Yeah, just destroy that fight, burn it, delete it. I don't like it.
I think E5 is also kind of driven into the ground because you just had to do it so much, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. FF14 patch notes. Trying to find the patch notes currently.
It's looking kind of crazy right now.
5.58 notes. I have not seen any of it.
Here, let me DM you.
Oh, I think I just got it. We'll scroll down.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll slow roll it. We gotta, you know how it is. Okay. Here we are. We got the patch notes. Let me make sure it looks good on screen here. Perfect. Okay. 5.58. Let's see. Playable content. XP gained by trust NPCs been increased. Nice. Cloud Depth Extreme been removed. Been moved to the Raid Finder Duty Finder. Drop rate for Diamond Gwebber increased. You can buy the Diamond Gwebber. Oh, I have 11 totems left to get. I think I have 88.
That's crazy. I have all the dragons left to get. I love this game.
That's my last dragon to get the Mecha Dragon. That's the last one we got. Yeah, I'll be getting that probably tomorrow or Wednesday, more likely.
I'm ready for you to flex when I'm on Crystal.
Yeah, dude. Okay, weekly restriction, receiving Blades of Lost Antiquity, yada yada. Echo buff in Eden's Promise. Let's go. Tower Paradigm's Breach.
Okay. So restriction on the breach coins.
Yeah, on the breach coins. Cool. Amount of metal rewarded for skirmishes and critical engagements has been increased. Cool, good. Less time and boring content. We love to hear it. Following adjustments have been made. Critical engagement. Is there anything in this Baja stuff that you care about?
I mean, I'm just depressed because I actually just hit rank 20 in Baja on my Crystal alt, so I'm really sad. I could have waited and just did this tomorrow instead of going crazy the last 2 days.
That's tragic.
Yeah, that's literally the textbook definition of tragic. Okay. I'm sad.
Looks like the memories are dropping more. Which step is this? This is the... Oh my god, I just did this 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god, so you can get 3 of them
you
now.
You get 3 of them fate. per no, 1 per fate, but 3 per alliance raid. Yeah, wow. I literally just grinded this out like 2 weeks ago, Sag.
Why did that not come out with the changes to DR? I feel like that's so weird. Why was that changed on a thing from the beginning? I guess they didn't want to streamline the relic quest for right away. It's let's just wait 2 weeks between patches. Yeah, that's gonna make a difference.
Yeah. Like here, let me get a new song going. You know what? We're gonna listen to this banger o'clock. We'll listen to the Edge. Okay, PvP changes. A lot of them. I don't know anything about PvP.
Neither do I.
The
I'm really
feast.
bad at it too.
When the season ends, the top-ranking players from each data center receive vouchers via Moogle delivery service. I'll learn more about rewards. Is there a new reward? Okay. Season 20 ranking will be updated daily. System. In an effort to ease server congestion, players who are inactive for more than 30 minutes will be logged out automatically. No! I can't AFK in Livza! We're gonna get kicked. It's like the old times.
Yeah, we're back to that. Wow.
Whoa,
That's crazy.
That's big. That's actually that changes the AFK. Dude, the AFK meta is gonna be changed drastically.
Yeah. So like, what do you have? You have to like go into your HUD and then sit in Limsa.
Yeah, you have to do the HUD edit where you edit your HUD. That if you set it to edit your HUD, you won't get kicked from anything. It won't count you as inactive.
Dang,
Resolve issues.
You're giving out all the little tips.
I hope
First
it
it's the HUD
works.
thing, and now it's if you follow the channel, you get into the game sooner. Sheesh. What else are you offering, Len? Goodness gracious.
What don't I offer? Let's see. Arctica Greywood. These looks like bug fixes. Issue would save the queen field notes. Issue would save the queen cutscenes. Issue in the Epic of Alexander Ultimate, wherein under certain conditions, target selection would be removed from the boss. PS5 version only. Yo, imagine you're pushing for Enrage, you're playing DPS, and your shit just untargets. You just like died in Enrage. That probably happened.
It's like I couldn't redot before the cage went down. I'm sorry. I couldn't redot.
I'm not seeing anything crazy. Is there anything crazy that I'm missing from these patch notes?
I mean, the craziest thing was the 30-minute. Back to the 30
Yeah,
minutes.
the 30-minute thing's
Logout
the
time.
craziest.
Yeah, I don't know if anything else has happened. I mean, definitely the changes to the drop rates. So I mean that's gonna
Yeah.
make farming them nicer.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that the diamond weapon quiver will be Limsa AFKers Malding. That's me, dude. I'm so pissed, dude. How am I gonna AFK in front of my house with nobody around all day? What am I gonna do?
So there's actually a way around that I found. You find a plot that hasn't been purchased yet, and there's likely going to be players there.
Ah.
And not only is that better than Limsa, because there are going to be people watching, but you can flex your mount and your weapon at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
they can't
move.
look away. If they look away, then they might lose the house.
Oh,
So
that's how you do it.
it's the perfect flex location.
Gotta keep that in mind. That's why Yoshi P hasn't fixed the housing situation yet. It's because he knows that that's the best place to flex, and you gotta you gotta go there and get those angry people who have been clicking for 12 hours, like vultures. You gotta go flex on all of them. You're like, hey, yeah, you're here clicking on that placard, but you could be having fun.
Oh my god. That was the best reply to that I've ever heard in my life. I've said that to a few people now and no one said anything close to that.
Yo, Riskel said he can't wait to resub and start playing again. Yo, I hope you have a good time, bud.
Let's go.
Love to see the new players. It's great. Our servers up? They're not currently up, but I think you can get in the servers if you follow my channel. I think that's how it works. What's the reason for going AFK? Because usually it's like usually you just do other things. A lot of people log in just to have FF14 as like a social media to talk with friends. It used to be like that for me. It's less nowadays because everything's just on Discord. But a lot of people will use that as like their social stuff, and then sometimes you go AFK. You're like looking at stuff on your other monitor or whatever. I think that's the logical conclusion, but I think the other one is just because AFK and Limsa see pretty cute cat girl.
Yeah, I think you're giving people a lot of credit.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying how I do it.
Understandable. I'm just like, I feel like most people that are AFK, they there is no rhyme to their reason. They are logging in and just forgetting that they're logged in.
Hey, they're kicked out now. Get out of here. That's what they're saying. Get the hell out of here. Maintenance show, you like it? Yeah, dude. It's been a while since I've done a maintenance show, but love to do it. It's always good, especially when you got a good friend like Lux here to go over and have a nice conversation with. Makes it much easier.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you inviting me.
Absolutely,
it's an honor.
Dude. Is there any questions anyone in the chat has? Any questions, concerns? Because it seems we're through our tier list. We're through the patch notes. Are there any other topics worth discussing?
Hello, the Taybot Show.
Yeah, what's up?
Taybot Show.
Where can you find the patch notes? I'll link them for you, bud. I'll link them for you if you follow the channel. How about that? Fair trade? Handshake? Huh?
Oh, dang.
Huh? Okay, that guy followed. I'll take it. That's fine enough. He probably wants some. That's probably why he did it. Any news on cross DC travel? Not yet. It's not supposed to be this patch. I think it's supposed to be in September. That's what I was hearing.
Dang. So many people were fooled.
Dude, I was
They thought
fooled.
wrong.
I know, dude. A friend of mine and I were actually making plans for cross DC travel, and then someone told me today. It's like, no, that's not coming with the patch. That's coming. It's coming later. Is it level 90 now? Not quite. You got till November. You got till November. Then it'll be level 90. Are they gonna in the next expansion after Endwalker? Are they gonna make it level 100? I feel like 100 just makes it seem excessive. Such a big number.
That or they. I mean, they've already done like, you know, with the removal of belts. They've already like taken one step in reducing the bloat. So
That's fair.
you know, maybe that, or they'll do something like a. I mean, who knows? I don't actually know, because the main, like, I guess, overarching plot that's been happening is supposed to end with this expansion. So
Yeah.
you know, like, what's gonna happen? Maybe it's like gonna be a restart situation where you can, like, I don't know, you can become a super dragoon and like start over from level 1.
That's fair. I've got a question. There's a lot of new players in the chat, and I'm not calling you guys out. I actually love seeing all the new players in the game. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Is it daunting to see like level 80? Is that like a daunting thing? Or I guess a lot of them are from WoW and they're used to just like knowing it's a high S. Like the high number means nothing. It's just a matter of time. I guess that could be how it works.
I feel like it might be more of a an armor thing, like the way that they look. Rather, like, oh dude, they look so cool, and then like you'll look at the armor set and it's like, dude, that looks so cool, and then you see it's like, oh, they're level 80, so is that a max level gear set? You know,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
fair.
That's my experience. Like,
Just
it's
look at the
like looking
armor.
back. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's like, dude, is that the AF gear? Is that the relic gear? You know, but that's just me assuming. I don't actually know. What do people think?
Crust, my friend Sorigios here, has brings up a little thing that they'll sync levels down and then in turn boost ultimates to max level, and that would be a dream. I just wanted to boost ultimates to max level. Imagine doing UCOB at 80 right now. That'd be so fun.
They would have to rework a lot of stuff.
Maybe. Or just values. They just have to change values.
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking of like the jank with certain things, but yeah, maybe not.
DC travel with the amount of new players. The congestion will probably be crazy. But guys, honestly, if congestion's our worst problem, we're in a good spot. There's way worse problems to have than congestion. It's a
Yeah,
good
like
problem to have.
like bad content.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't play well. I have no call. I don't play well.
You jumped to WoW immediately. I didn't even say it.
I knew what you were insinuating. No,
Thank you.
from what I
It's
hear,
that-
it's not the
it's that
content.
connection.
It's I don't play WoW, so I literally don't know. But from what I hear, it's the reward system that's pissing people
Is
off.
it?
Yeah, that's what I don't actually play, but from the friends I've talked to, it's the reward system that's really pissing people off.
Interesting. I've heard from a handful that like part of it is content, but not that the content is bad. It's just that they're just tired of the same thing. Like it's like a repetition issue.
That's fair.
But I'm not sure either. I don't play the game myself, so
Reward plus story. Yeah. I hope that they figure their stuff out, and WoW, you know, it continues to be a good competition, because that's just good for all of us. Okay. It seems like, let's see. We get to the point where you can play music. Oh, you want to unlock the Bard performance? What is that, level 30, I think?
yep, level 30.
Level 30, and then you unlock it in Gridania. Reworking PvP in the new patch, and this patch, I'm not seeing a lot of stuff. There's a big value changes on a lot of the jobs, potency changes and stuff, but I'm not seeing anything like crazy. Level quite quick. You've been at it for 2 weeks, almost level 60, so it isn't bad. Questing's a lot more fun than WoW. Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, there is a new PvP mode in the new XPEC. I did hear about that.
Oh yeah, it's the smaller scale one, right?
Yeah, I think they said it was smaller scale and casual. I believe that was what they said.
Casual.
I think
Strong word.
I think don't quote me, but I think they said small scale and casual.
Interesting. Maybe I can play PvP and not feel awful every second of the game.
I won't be able to play PvP until they like give us all our buttons. I can't stand the difference in buttons between PvP and PvE. It just throws me off so
having
much.
Your 1, 2, 3 is on one button. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, F that.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
I get that it's like to reduce bloat and bring more players in and all that, because like newer players can participate all the same, but it just feels so weird to me. If there was a reason to PvP and I enjoyed it, I would get used to it. I'd suck it up and get used to it, but I just don't right now.
Yeah, it's literally just another piece of content that I don't have to touch. I'm cooling. Like the mounts are nice, but even the mounts aren't enough to make me play.
Absolutely. Do I know when the servers come back up? I'm not entirely sure, but I think if you follow the channel, the servers will come back up pretty quick. Yeah, I think that's what makes them come up faster, is clicking that follow button. Well, Lex, unless you've got anything else, I think we're about go with the maintenance show for this this year maintenance.
We're cooling. All right.
I think we're chilling on it. Thanks for coming on and hanging out. It was really nice having you come on as a co-host. You're pretty good at this, Lex.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I was happy when you hit me. I was like, oh snap, let's go.
I had
Thank
to
you
get
for inviting
someone.
me.
I had to get someone to clutch. I knew you were about it, guys. My friend Lux here. It's Mellolux, right on Twitch.
Mellolux.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Thank you guys for all the follows and all the support. If you could do me a favor, Lux has been really awesome, and he came in the clutch. Like literally 5 minutes till servers went down. I messaged this dude and said, "Can you come on and help me host the show?" He was in. So please just go to that channel and go follow him. He also streams this game. He's an all raw VTuber. He's really cool. Super chill, as you can tell. Super homie. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Lux.
Thank you, dude. For sure, no problem. And thank you again for bringing me on.
Dude, 1000%.
Alright.
We might have to do this again sometime.
I would love to.
That's great to hear. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up with the rest of them. But you have a good night, my friend, and I'll talk to you
All
soon.
right. Talk to you. Hasta.
Later.